What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Nice Movie. It's your boys, like always, Evan.
And it's Sapota.
It's your boy, Bobby.
And as you can read, the movie we're doing today is Alita, Battle Angel. I just go, movie!
Holy fucking...
My God! What? I don't know what the fuck it is. We've been seeing some fucking trash movies. And after this movie, Pota thought of a good idea, and I think that it's just a good idea. So what he said is, Pota, tell her the idea.
Pretty much, we're going to have a little calendar countdown to days of since the last good movie that we have watched.
So there's so few and far between.
Yeah. So I guess the last one that we kind of all agreed on would be the escape room.
Yeah, we'll
one.
just give it to that just to start it off.
Yeah, so we'll start off there, and
Yeah.
It's been 2 weeks, I believe, since then.
Yeah.
So no, we're not at 2 weeks, and this one definitely did not make the cut.
God, it was so bad. I gotta say, there was...
I had a lot of hopes for this one.
I know you did. You were really into it.
Just because it was James Cameron, he's a good name. He's made a lot of great films in the past, and he didn't necessarily direct it, but he was a producer, so he had his hand in there for sure. And Robert Rodriguez, who's the director of this film, completely butchered the entire thing.
Bro, there was no story. I didn't really know what the fuck the plot was. It was just 2 hours.
No clue what
it was
happened.
2 hours of just things happening. Like, okay, one is this, then it's this. Okay, now you're fighting this, and now you don't like this guy, and now this is the thing. Like, it just was ridiculous.
Yeah. It was like 2 hours of fucking...
It was too long.
Yeah, way too long. No story.
When Bobby's dying.
But yeah, so like always, we're gonna go through the movie scene by scene and talk shit the whole way and give it a summarization. But before that, I'm gonna go through and give like a synopsis. So this is Alita, Battle Angel, 2019 movie, and this is like a cross between like a live action movie and CGI people. And okay, so set several centuries in the future, the abandoned Alita is found in the scrapyard of Iron City by Ido, a compassionate cyber doctor who takes the unconscious cyborg Alita to his clinic. When Alita awakens, she has no memory of who she is, nor does she have any recognition of the world she finds herself in. As Alita learns to navigate her new life and the treacherous streets of Iron City, Ido tries to shield her from her mysterious past. And yeah, like Pota mentioned, Robert Rodriguez is a director, $200 million budget.
Straight to the shitter.
Another movie, okay, Robert Rodriguez, Sin City.
Yeah.
From Dusk to Dawn, Machete, Spy Kids, Desperado, Throwback. Okay,
he's got some in there, but
yeah,
good ones in there.
So bad. I guess we'll just fucking.
Dude, when was Michelle Rodriguez in this fucking movie?
That's what it said.
Yeah, she says she's her cast member.
Yeah. What the fuck?
I didn't see her once in the fucking movie. I thought she was like a
maybe
weird...
she was like the side.
Isn't
one
that
of the
the guy
cyborgs.
from fucking fuck? What's that?
Yeah,
old
Super
battle?
Troopers.
No, not Super Troopers.
He's from Super Troopers.
He's from like that movie with like the fucking space spiders or whatever. Back.
Space Troopers. Space Troopers?
Gilda? No. Fuck this
Super
movie and
Troopers.
fuck everybody. I don't know.
Super Troopers is all with the cops.
Yeah. All right, let's get into it. So,
Starship Troopers.
Starship Troopers.
Motherfuck me.
I didn't see him in the movie either.
Yeah, because they were
I
fucking
saw him.
cyborgs.
I saw him. I noticed him immediately.
Amok? His name is Amok.
Yeah, he was the one that killed the daughter. Anyways, we'll get to that later. Spoiler
yeah, okay.
alert. Fuck
oh
you,
yeah,
spoilers.
again, like if you're not expecting spoilers, you're a loser. Spoilers, of course. Like, well, you're an idiot. Okay, so the movie opens up in the year 2563, and it's the what's the guy's name? The actor's name. He's a good actor. I like him. He's in Django. He's in fucking.
Oh yeah.
He's in a bunch of shit. I don't know, but he's like walking through the scrapyard. Christopher Waltz, and it's like some Wall-E type shit. It's just like a fucking giant dump, and this guy's just rummaging through the dump, and he finds like parts of a robot person, and then he brings it back to his crib and starts fixing it up. And he's the cyborg doctor. That's what he does for the job. And then it's just like a cut, and it cuts to her waking up. Everything is fixed. She's got hair. Everything is great. And then
she's got a body.
And then she just wakes up and is kind of like just tripping out because she's awake for the first time, in which we don't know how long now. And the first thing she does is she tries to walk, and then like she stumbles like she's fucking been bedridden, like her muscles haven't been used, but she's a fucking robot.
I took it more so as she just wasn't used to walking in that body.
But it just literally completely gave out underneath her, and she fell.
Like
why would it give out?
If it's a robot,
I don't think it was her legs giving out. I think it's just like a neurology thing.
What? But she
had a human brain.
Able to sit up, turn to the side, put her foot down, and then all of a sudden
this is me giving the benefit of the doubt.
I know it is. That's why I like you saying it, but that's why I'm saying the benefit of the doubt is nowhere to be found. So she gets up and she starts walking around. She's fucking tripping, and then we cut to downstairs and fucking cyborg doctor is like hanging out with a nice fucking. That's not an ashtray?
No.
Oh, he's hanging out with a nice fucking robot arm, and he's like fixing him up. And then, so she comes up and she starts talking to him and his assistant, and then he's like, "Yeah, you need to eat food," which I still don't get.
I don't understand that either. How?
Her brain was still humid, so her brain.
What does that have to do with your stomach?
It needs actual nutrients to go to the brain.
So then it's
like
a
real
cyborg that
nutrients
shits.
that find. Like,
So the cyborg shit.
Does it shit?
It has to. It
just
filters
burns it.
out the nutrients.
It's like Kim Jong-un and internally burns it for energy.
So, okay.
And why do they need taste receptors and feel receptors? Why do they need that?
I mean, to fight better, probably. And to, I mean, because
Taste receptors?
Oh, that I don't know. Because if it's
They're
just,
trying
if
to
you
make it
just need
more-
it just for
it's
nutrients, then you just eat anything. It's just like a, might as well be a charger
Well, I
battery.
guess
Why
it
is
tastes
taste?
to like a deterrence for like detection for poison, but I don't know if poison
No.
affects them.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a fucking.
They're trying to make them superhuman, like
Yeah.
humans, but cyborg.
Why have them taste? So, okay. So then this is apparently when Christopher Waltz comes up to her and he's like, "You have a human brain, but you're basically full cyborg."
Yeah.
And that's basically it. And then, so she's like, "Okay." And then he gives her an orange. She bites it like an apple, eats the peel, she spits it out, of course. And he's like, "It would taste a lot better without it." And then she's like, "Oh my God, this is so good. What do you call this?" She just knew what a fucking cyborg was when he told her.
She accepted it.
But he did. But no, an orange she can't comprehend. Oh, what is this? Oh, I'm a fucking full cyborg?
Right,
oh,
cool.
okay. What is an orange that you speak of? Right? Did you think of that?
I didn't think of that.
What
no.
the?
I didn't think of that then, no.
Up until this point, she's understood everything completely. There's been no misstep besides the literal one when she first got out of bed. What's an orange? Like, what the fuck?
She could comprehend being like alive and like being a cyborg and just getting up and just like, yo, my body's all
The
metal.
concept of having a human brain in a cyborg
learning how to
body,
walk,
that
yeah.
kind of like abstract kind of thinking, and you don't know what a fucking orange is. It's so retarded. So the scene was just awkward in itself, right?
Yeah,
like
probably he
Christopher
said so.
Waltz, he eats the orange, like and it's just really weird. So then,
For some, I don't know how, but like the director failed to grasp like actual human interaction.
I think he was a cyborg. The
Yeah.
guy who wrote this and directed
Like
it.
the human interaction within the entire movie was just so off and
Everything
weird.
was forced. Like, all the relationships were forced. Like, they told us who we should care about.
Yeah.
It's been, like, 3 days. You know what I mean? Like, it's just really weird. Yeah, it was just...
Do you feel different that I'm a cyborg? It's like, that's how it was, like, the whole time. Like, it's just, like, awkward. It's like, bro, look, this has been going on for a long fucking time. Why are people so weird about it?
I know. And then, so they're talking more, and then Christopher Waltz... Or they're like, well, what should my name be? What should my name be? And she's like... She goes to him, she goes, can you give me a name? She asks him, can you give me a name? And he goes, Alita. And then she goes... Oh, I love it. Can I keep it?
Yeah, at least
You
it's
just fucking asked him for the name. Oh, no, he gave you a name that you couldn't keep.
Like, no, you just have it for now. It's temporary.
Yeah.
She's like, can I keep
It's
it?
not
till
like
I
I think
find
of a
my-
better
It's not
my
a
real
dog.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, till I find my real one, can we keep it? It's like,
It was a
it's
weird
not an animal.
response.
It's not like a cat you found
It's
outside.
not tangible.
You're lucky you're a
It's not like-
cyborg. I'll beat the shit out of you.
It's not like your cat ran away and you found another one. You're like, could keep this one until we find the other one. Like,
It was so odd. It was just
and
so...
then she runs him. She doesn't even know this dude. Just immediately jumps on him and like hugs him. It's like, thank you so much. Like,
Thanks,
you don't
Brett.
even know who you are.
You could be my captor, and you just gave me a name as your fucking...
Right?
As like a child
She
kid.
just woke up and they're just like, hey, you're a cyborg. Okay. I'm going to teach you what an orange is. I love you. I'm going to be with you forever. And I was like, what? You don't even know the fucking, you can't comprehend an orange, but you already love this dude. You're like, thank you. Jump on him, hug him. How do you know what a fucking hug means?
I know.
You don't even know what a fucking orange is.
Okay.
Fucking dumb bitch.
So she walks outside, and like he's showing her some shit, and then there's a flyer on the floor for like a reward, like a bounty, right?
On a murder.
Hold on, even before this, when she walks outside, did you notice how many people are missing limbs?
Yeah.
Like every other person's got a fucking robot arm.
The whole place is all cyborg.
You're right. They're all cyborgs.
Like, there's like a
Everyone.
couple. There's like you know every.
You're
couple
weird if you were normal.
Yeah, it's like you're a human. It's like, oh, what the fuck?
It's like you're a pussy. You
You're
can't
full
do
human.
anything.
Yeah. For real. Dude, some of these people are literally just a face, just like the skin of their face.
I want to get to that later, but we can talk to it now. Why stop at your face?
Why do you leave your face? Just this part
Just
of
your
your face.
face.
Because that's the only thing left that's human.
At that point,
It's
you're
the only-
99%
Like that resembles
cyborg.
of that. Oh, it's me, but everything else is my imagination.
Why?
It's literally Evan's
Do you
face was
really-
just floating on hydraulics and gears and shit. It's like, what's up, guys? Fuck out of here with that. I'd rather just do it a cyborg and not have my friend's face on it that died a long time ago.
Oh my god! Like,
Just a face, like the
good.
guy, the bounty hunter. Like,
Yes!
he has a mohawk and a face and a chin. Like, that's it. Why would I want to still see that?
And he's
Like,
and no clothes. He's just walking around technically naked.
yeah.
What makes like,
All of them are.
does that like?
He had like the bookshelf on his back with a bunch of shit all over. Like he had
Yeah,
some
like
random
tats,
shit, like
like
little.
for-
They were like tats, but it was like metal
It was
gears.
plates.
Yeah, it was weird.
just so like such a weird look. Like, do they think that looks good? Because they're obviously not
They were
sexual at
she
this
was
time.
getting on him. She's like,
No,
no, pretty
yeah.
boy, this and that. It's like he's a fucking 99% robot. How's he have to be
Pretty boy, he's the ugliest thing I've fucking ever seen.
It's like you have to worry about like he's a pretty boy, but he has no body. He has literally just like
He destroyed his chances of getting chicks when he chopped his dick off in replacement for a cybernetic leg.
Why would he have to be a pretty boy? He can't get cyber puss.
Who thinks he's pretty? I don't get it.
What
He's a
if they
fucking
do
robot.
have cyber
What
dicks?
is it
I
like,
mean, I
oh,
guess they have field
They can
receptors.
They can put attachments on there so they can change their feet out to rollerblades.
Ooh, I put a screwdriver.
Flathead.
All right, so she finds this fucking flyer for a bounty, and this is a giant world of just bounties. Like, it's a really big thing in
And
this movie.
it's
Bounty
the
That's all it
most
is.
common job in America.
it is everything. Everyone's either
Everybody
a murderer
is.
or a bounty hunter.
Yeah,
And it's completely legal.
And it shows on there what somebody murdered 6 people or some
Yeah,
shit.
like-
Murdered 6 women.
And then all of a sudden, this gigantic like security robot comes
like
in
a
hot,
sentry or
and then
something.
she instantly throws up a weird ass setup. You saw her? It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
she's about to get down against this
like,
fucking bot.
you got
thing.
no hands. These other
You didn't even know you know how to
Yeah.
do martial arts, and you're just like robot. Oh fuck!
Straight to
Shit,
setup.
like
It was like
you ever
Go-Go
come-
Gadget
Yeah.
Kung Fu.
And then this is when we meet like the love interest. So this dude tries to save her.
Jumps off his
he jumps
motorcycle.
off his motorcycle, like basically tackles her out the way, and he's just like, "Oh, you're a cyborg." Is that like a normal? It's like me if I tackled someone, it's like, "Oh shit, you're Asian." It's like
Right.
what? It's like
Thanks
yeah,
for pointing
thanks.
it. I know.
Thanks. Yeah.
Zach Levin. Hey, you're a white guy.
Yeah, you got black hair. Oh,
You have a
shit.
beard, bro.
Oh fuck, thanks.
Oh man, thanks.
And this kid is such a loser. Oh my god, the look of him throughout this movie,
Yeah.
I can't take
Like
like.
the way they played it, like they dressed this character
It's
like.
like, dude,
He's
he
like
has
all
a,
leather and like rips in his clothes, and
He's
he's
just-
kind of
his
like
hair.
this tough guy, kind of bad boy look.
Nice
but he
hair.
doesn't look. He looks like a tough guy that just got puberty. Like he just hit puberty last week, and they're like, "Okay, you're gonna play a tough guy now."
Yeah.
Like-
he's like a baby faced kid.
Yeah, like a 13-year-old that just finished watching Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's like, yeah, all right, this is my style. I'm
Because
left
in
now.
one scene they give him a bandana to wear, and I'm just like, "Are you fucking look at this fucking kid?"
It's 20. What's it like? Fucking what's the year?
And yeah,
Like
2563 or
25,
some
yeah.
shit.
Gee, and you really think people still dress like that at that time? It's been like a couple hundred years.
Well, no, the most common dress in that time is robot arms.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
don't need
that's-
clothes when you're 90% cyborg.
Yeah, which they still use for some reason.
Yeah.
Why doesn't
And
nobody
they
look like
dress-
Darth Vader at that point? That would be beyond me. I think that would be like the first thing people would do.
They don't even care. Like they put clothes over their fucking robot bodies, but some people don't. It's like, what's the point?
Stupid. So like they start talking, and she really wants to fuck like him, and he's like, "Oh, let me admire your hand," and he wants to fuck this cyborg, which is I don't know. Is this
I don't
odd
understand how
yet?
that works either.
Is this odd
Can
yet?
you get a pelvic replacement to have
A
something?
little attachment that you can
Yeah.
Is this like a play that say it's not just about being able to
about
fuck?
love.
It's about love. It's about connection. I watched 40 Year Old Virgin. I remember that fucking guy. It's not about shit stained balls and pussy juice cocktail.
connection?
But and then okay,
yeah, that's
so then
it.
it's just them two talking for a little bit, and then right when they start bringing up like where she came from, like the dump, he's like, "Wait, what?" And then conveniently, the doctor just comes in hot, and he's like, "Oh, wait, no, we can't talk anymore, and we have to slide." It was like he was just waiting behind a pillar, like,
Yeah.
"Wait, they're talking about the dump. Hop in." Oh no, it was just like
She might
really.
find everything out.
You can't go with this conversation now.
Yeah. And apparently he knows the
Everything.
doctor.
Oh yeah, he's homies with him.
Wow, that was easy. I can fuck.
Small world.
This kid knows
Small
everybody.
third
Small
world.
Mike.
Wherever the fuck they are, they have like 3 worlds there. Some
Yeah,
shit.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah, there's like a surface world, there's an underground world, and then there's a
floating
floating
world.
city called Zion or
Zoltan.
Zoltan.
Zordon.
It's called Zermophily. And
Where the
the
fuck
whole
is that?
premise, I guess, of this kid's life is trying to get up to.
How many movies have been like this already?
I know.
How many futuristic movies like, we need to get up to the floating city in
Even
the
if
sky.
it's not that, or if it's like even they're in like a poor neighborhood,
You never
we
even
have to get out.
You
we
never
have
even
to.
see this floating city. You see it from below.
I wanted at least one scene of what's in the floating city.
It's like, what
$200
makes
million
it so
you couldn't
cool? I
make
had
that
no
to be
fucking
like
idea.
someone makes it up there, or at least show the people that go back to that girl.
Or maybe it's like that movie or like that thing where it's like it really doesn't exist and it's like
Or it's just
a
like
way
the
to
same
control.
shit, maybe.
Yeah, it's like or the same shit. Yeah.
And the only way to tell the difference between people that are the highborns in the upper city and the people in the middle city, where the shits, is they wear a really stupid rhinestone on the fucking forehead.
like
If I was an
forehead.
Indian,
It's
I'd
in
be
their
weird.
forehead.
Is that fucked up for
It's
the
like
Indians?
four-
I don't know.
Forehead.
I would think you kind
Like,
of
come on, you
They put
couldn't
it on
think
top
of
of it.
anything else. Like,
They're
what
just
the fuck?
putting a
like a
rhinestone.
diamond
You're
right
saying all
there?
Indian? That's Indian.
Yeah.
That do the thing, right?
Yes.
Are they saying that all of them are fucking from Zoltan or whatever the fuck? Like what?
But this thing's like pressed.
You
in
could,
their head. It's
I
like
mean, that'd be
know.
pretty
stone.
impressive because you guys would have floating cities, and that would be like, yo, let's come to some of that tech. 'Cause that'd be cool.
Take 9 and kill myself. All right, so then all of a sudden it cuts and someone gets killed with like a fucking scythe. Like,
Oh,
right?
it shows a lady walking up to her door at night, and then like, yeah, you just hear like, "Whooshing," just like stabs her, and then it's like,
And then in the shadow you see like someone attack.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to fucking Alita like peeping out of her window
She, like,
or of her
woke up.
door. And she woke up in the middle of the night and she sees Christopher, the Doctor Cyborg, come in with like blood on his arm, and it's played as
a
all
big
sketchy.
giant-
Like
he
she
has a
thinks
trench
that.
coat on.
Yeah, he's looking all sketchy, so it's played that like he might be this murderer. And it's apparently like a serial killer who kills girls. That's what happened before. And she thinks it's the Doctor. So then, okay, Alita walks outside, and then this is when we meet one of the fucking, the Zoltan people. It's the woman, the main woman. And she just goes, hey,
Grabs her
kid.
hand.
She's like, hey,
Yeah.
kid. And then just stares at her, like, really fucking weirdly.
Yeah. Then what's her name? Alita walks up to her, and she doesn't even say anything. She's just staring at her, and then grabs her hand and starts like,
Yeah.
touching
Like
her.
if a stranger
like,
did that to me, I would be like, "Excuse me, what the fuck are you doing? Don't touch me!" Like,
She, like,
you,
finally-
I feel like you would rip your hand
yeah,
away.
why would you like? As soon as you reach down and touch my hand, I'd be like, "Yeah, what the fuck? Like, why are you touching me?"
But I get it.
She lets it ride for a second, and then she pulls her hand and she's like, "Hey, what's wrong with you, lady?" And just walks away.
Because
And
which
then,
we find out.
She turns around.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, when she walked out of the house, he was mid-surgery on some dude who had no legs and no arms. He's like, "Yeah, these people are jacked. These guys, tackled me and cut my arms and my legs off." And that's when you're like, I didn't
we
even think
figure
about
out
that.
what
Yeah,
no, just connected it.
yeah, I just thought about it. So then he's like, he's mid-surgery on this dude. She walks out. The weird lady does that shit to her. She turns around. He just happened to be upstairs in the window, just staring down at her. And you're like, I remember I was like,
Yeah, we're
oh
like,
my
why?
god.
Like, that's
He's like,
so-
how? You're mid-surgery. You're all of a sudden you're upstairs in a window. Just
It's like,
happened
hold
to be
on, can we take a 5-minute break? I gotta go stare ominously out a window.
And
real
then go
quick.
talk to this lady.
Yeah.
Go hang
Yeah,
out
then
with her.
it cuts and they're talking, and apparently we find out that's his ex-wife, and then the body that he built Alita back up to was the body of their dead daughter. And so that's why she was acting all weird, but still, it's fucking weird.
Yeah.
And he named her Alita.
And
Yeah, that's fucking
That's
weird.
sketchy.
He named
Which-
her his dead daughter's name.
And it's her
And
body.
gave her her body.
I think this guy has some problem. There's always these deeper issues in these movies.
Yeah.
The movie about this guy, he's got some fucking problems.
He's got
He
issues. for sure.
he'd been scavenging a junkyard, finally found this thing, built it all up, just
modern
to
day
make-
Frankenstein.
Just legit. It's like fucking Nightmare Before Christmas. The guy like built like this thing that like wants
Yeah.
to keep like locked up and everything. It's like you're my daughter, like weird as fuck, but it's not.
yeah.
It's like a replacement.
It's
a
ridiculous.
cyborg replacement for your daughter.
Yeah, it's like something to do with about like the bird. Okay. So then it cuts, and then it's Alita and this fucking loser kid that they're walking, and they see these kids fucking fruit booting and like playing basketball or something. This game of the same. It's like roller derby. It's called motorball.
Roller skates
I
and
thought it was
basketball.
murder ball at first.
Well, they look like such fucking losers.
They all have
playing
these
this.
weird futuristic skates on. They're like are
So
like
it's-
self-propelled.
But it's at like a skate park.
And there's like ramps and shit. People are doing flips and all this shit, and then tackling each other and shit.
It's like, and it's
crazy.
basically like, yeah, they have to get the ball into a certain point,
A hole in
whatever.
the wall.
And I still don't understand the game. They never explain it. But then
No, they
after
don't
she
show
walks up, she walks up, and then the dude skates up so awkwardly. Did you see him, the love
Yeah,
interest
yeah.
kid? He walks up. He looks like he's never been on fucking skates before. He just looks so weird.
So he invites her to play motorball, and some of them are with it, some of them aren't. So they're playing and shit, and she's starting to get the hang of it. She actually gets the ball. She's booking it down, and she just gets stuffed by
Bro,
by
this
Fro-
kid is
by
playing
Afro
so
Man.
dirty.
This kid hit sticks the shit out of
Yeah,
her.
He doesn't
knocks
give a
her
shit.
down pretty
Fucking
violently.
like flips her and everything.
So she gets up, rubs it off, and now she's fucking pissed because he scored.
Because he took the ball, scored, didn't give.
Now she's pissed. So round 2 comes about, and Buddy steals the ball from somebody else immediately, and Alita starts chasing Froman, and
fucking flips
he
him.
tries throwing a backward elbow. She catches it and puts him like a little Kimura and flips his ass over and takes the ball right from him scores.
He eats shit.
So he eats shit, and she looked like a badass.
Yeah. So, but this is just where I don't understand the rules of this
so
game.
campy.
First off, they have a controller in their hand controlling the skates.
How fast they go.
How do you hold the ball and do it at the same time?
Exactly, I was thinking that.
And then second of all, it's like, are there teams? Because at one point he's like, hey, pass it to me.
Yeah.
Or, yo, pass it.
And then the real
how
one,
do you win?
When later on they showed everybody just kills everybody until someone wins.
It doesn't even make it. There's no rules. They don't establish rules. I don't care what I'm looking at. It's just people flying around trying to.
Once you step up to the champion, what's it, Premier League?
It's
they just murder. Everybody dies.
You have to be Cyborg.
Murder is legal in this game.
Yeah, literally everyone dies. The winners. The only reason you win is if you kill everybody. Basically,
that's it.
Or get the ball. And then I mean, in the pro one, they don't have to get the ball in the fucking hole.
They just don't die.
They just go around and smash each other a bunch of times, and then the game's over.
It reminds me of that movie Rollerball. Remember that movie?
Yeah, that movie was
Rollerball?
fucking sick.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
And okay, so it cuts, and then what's the fucking loser love interest's name? Can you look it up, please?
Aladdin.
Okay.
Hugo.
Okay, so Hugo and Alita are going back. Okay, Hugo is driving Alita back on his motorcycle, and somehow they are able to have a full conversation while they are driving full speed on his motorcycle.
It's a unicycle.
It is. Why in the future would that be more efficient?
A bunch of people have those in that. They show a bunch of people riding
in the movie.
Yeah.
But I'm saying,
like a moped
why in the future? Why in the future is that better? It can't even stand up by itself. It seemed like it'd be the worst.
It stands up. He's like when he turned it on, it went.
But how would it in real life?
I don't know. They fucking a floating city. I'm pretty sure they have a thing that could stand up.
Okay, even though they have those, they can't have a full conversation going 80 on a motorcycle.
I don't know if they're doing 80.
They were. I saw a speedometer.
Did you?
Yeah, it said 82.
It said 82 alien watts.
And then. So then he goes and he starts asking her what her favorite food is, and since the only thing she's ever had is a fucking orange, she says orange. And then he's like, "I'm gonna show you what." Yeah, I'm gonna show you what the fuck's really good. And he goes and he gets her like a chocolate bar.
Massive chocolate. It's so huge.
And she like orgasms when she fucking munches. She's like, I guess I like chocolate now.
Chocolate. My favorite food. My new favorite food is chocolate.
My new favorite food is chocolate. And then he's like, yeah, basically.
Give her an accent.
Chocolate.
My favorite food is her tongue.
I love it.
And then he's like, yeah, guns are illegal and punishable by death.
Even when you just shoot the person that was gonna try to punish you by death.
I just like.
So everybody carries around fucking swords and sabers and shit.
And they have like shit that flies out of
Bro,
things that are basically guns, but not guns.
A guy has fucking hands that shoot fucking chains with massive spikes in them that murder people.
Homie had a grenade that was like fucking a Molotov
guy
cocktail.
Has fucking circular saws as hands.
How do you wipe your ass?
He's a cyborg.
He doesn't have an ass. Shit. If he does, he'd go wheen. He'd fucking cut it. He would just replace his ass.
He would spray it
sauce his ass off every time he shits.
He shits oil.
Oh my god. Okay.
Dude, there's so many fucking. One cyborg had like fucking sword fucking legs. The chick
was praying mantis lady. She hissed.
Oh my god.
Let's get to that.
Okay.
Let's get to that.
Okay. So the next
Jesus.
So after she orgasms from the chocolate. She goes home and then she has an awkward ass eating scene with
she gets home after
Chris.
dark.
Yeah, she gets home after dark and then he gives her food and then she goes, "You have any chocolate?" And then it cuts. It's supposed to be played.
A face, like
it's supposed to be played as a joke. Like that whole thing was a setup just for a joke, but it just did not land.
It did not land at all.
Right? Like the only reason you went and got chocolate and when it come here is because you knew that they'd be like a little try to be like.
He's like, oh damn, she was with like it made a whole like a thing. It's like she ate chocolate with that boy.
It was so.
Who cares? She's a fucking cyborg and it's like. What?
Like for a 2-hour runtime. It's
not your daughter.
You didn't need this because, and then after it cuts, she's immediately back with Hugo on his motorcycle.
Yeah. Next day.
On the motorcycle, going back home, shitty ass chocolate scene, motorcycle next scene. Why did you need to do that? Just be like, I'll see you tomorrow. God damn! I just wrote down the next thing I have is this kid looks like such a loser. I can't take it. He just looks like such a fucking loser. Okay, so then it's nighttime now, and she starts following Dr. Cyborg. And then, because he's following like a hooker in like a red outfit, and then, but it's not what you think, of course, because he's actually a hunter warrior. Did anyone else have a problem with that name?
Why would you have a weapon that
sounds
has to be a
redundant.
massive briefcase? You have to put it together. It's in 15 pieces just to kill one person.
He had the worst weapon ever.
It's a jet-powered fucking pickaxe. And he had to put it together for like 10 minutes. It was like 20-piece kit with a
The guy's
massive
running at him to attack him.
He's running with a
Let me get my Allen
massive
key.
briefcase, a massive briefcase that literally is like half the size of him, and he has to run around with that thing and assemble it every time he creeps up on someone. Everyone else has way better weapons than him, and he's fucking putting this like crazy thing together.
Bro,
Why does it need to be jet powered?
So it's easier for him to swing it.
He's just, oh my god, it was just retarded.
The hammer was too heavy, so they added a motor to it.
It's a fucking jet engine. You just hit the button and it would be like.
Dog, that shit didn't make any fucking sense.
Then he
bro.
fucking creeps up, and she's watching from rooftops and nowhere, all these places, and he puts this fucking giant weapon together. It's about a fucking, it probably takes like 10 minutes for him to do it. Then she's on the roof, and she sees the girl walking up one alley and the doctor hiding behind a wall.
And he's about to murk her.
He has it ready to go, and he's about to fucking swing that shit and just murk this girl, so she thinks he's the murderer. She jumps down right at the last second and stops him. Then fucking what? We look
Then
back,
she
the
just
girl
disappears.
disappears, and this fucking massive dude is just like, I don't even know, it's a massive cyborg that's like huge.
He comes up, but then that's not even the worst part. Because after the massive guy pops up, this other dude pops up that's got like stitches on his face. And he's just like, "Oh no, looks like he's got us." And like this guy looks so fucking stupid, and it's like,
I hated him.
if I've ever seen overacting, it is this fucking guy. Like, bro, it was just the fucking biggest loser. I would beat the shit out of this guy if I seen him.
Mr. Jingles is a better actor than this guy.
Yeah, dude, he looked like a fucking mix between like what's it called? What's the dude from the Joker? Like a
Yeah.
Joker style, and then he had fucking knives for arms.
And Cynthia from Rugrats.
Yeah, from Rugrats. I had a stroke again.
I had a stroke.
Okay.
Keep it at
Alright, so then
Rugrats.
Alita fucking jumps onto the fucking Stitches guy and then pulls like a Brad Pitt in Fight Club and just punches this guy's, or like an Edward Norton in Fight Club, and just destroys this guy's face. It literally turns it into goo.
Like, punches the fluid out of the blue fluid that these cyborgs run on.
There's a lot of death in this for a PG-13 movie, and they say fuck and bitch.
Yeah.
But they're cyborgs, so they're allowed to die.
That's exactly because you don't have
Yeah.
any, and it's blue blood, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
So it's okay.
exactly.
It's just like hydraulic fluid or some shit. So yeah, they curse in this shit too. It's
Yeah,
PG-13.
twice.
It's like,
I think you're allowed
fuck
one
you.
fuck. Well, it's a kids movie. Like what? Like literally, this is not for anyone above the age of 12. So then the woman in the red dress takes off her outfit, and this is when you figure out she's
literally just
all
like-
robot escort.
She's literally just fucking giant blades as legs. Literally from the
she's a
hip,
giant
her whole
butcher
body.
knife with a face.
She's a head, and then literally it's a
praying mantis.
It's a face, and then a steel praying
mantis made
mantis
of
with
knives.
fucking knives. And it's only the skin of her face that's left of a real body. So it's super creative. Then she flips up, lands in the fucking corner.
And
Like,
she hisses!
She's like a fucking. She's like a spider in the corner, and she just goes. And just hisses at this girl.
Like it's a threat.
Why
Like
would
she's,
you hiss?
Like Alita's supposed to be intimidated by her
like
going,
Alita's the most like a crazy fighting fucking cyborg. And goes. She's like.
I
I'm
feel
like,
like
you're all fucking scared.
what I feel like happened is like because the actress was probably in obviously green screen at this point, and she probably didn't know what she was playing, so she probably thought she was like half monster, half something. She like hissed, but it's like if you're half cyborg, you're not gonna hiss.
Yeah,
like,
you know, it's like
cyborgs don't hiss.
Cyborgs are literally just like.
the director's like probably like, all right, now you're there on the wall, and now you're a lizard. Now you're a lizard. Act like a lizard.
You're a little creepy spider up in the corner over there.
Yeah, like and then she had a nice face. So
That's awesome.
okay, so then Alita she's starts getting in her fight bag, and then she's about to kick, and then she actually goes hi-ya! And then she has a flashback of this is when she gets the first piece of information of who she is. It's back, and she's like in the army or
moon.
something. She's on the moon battling.
It's like a fucking war on the moon.
Yeah, and she's like a badass. Then it cuts right back immediately. She's still mid kick, but then for some reason she says hi-ya again before she kicks. She
So
says it
imagine
twice.
that in real time. Hiya! Hiya! But that's one swing.
And then so she destroys them, and then this is the weird thing because she literally
Kicks
there's
the girl's
three.
face into the fucking wall. And
Yeah,
rips
she
it
kills
off.
the hissing fucking
hissing
praying mantis made out of fucking knives.
The hissing
so
mantis.
so basically there's three of them there. She kills two of them. She dismembers the gigantic guy, and as she's walking up to him, he's backing up, saying how he's gonna come back for her. This isn't over. All this shit, and then she just lets him leave.
Yeah.
You already killed 2 people.
And cut his
Finish the job.
He's telling you this isn't over. He's gonna kill your family now.
He's standing right in front of you. Kill him now.
What the fuck?
What? All right, go get better and come back and fight me even
You're a
stronger.
cyborg. You're obviously gonna go get more cyborg-like and come right back. But I'll let you go. Your friends are putty. Your fucking praying mantis is.
I got your friend's head here. Like,
I just need to get another arm and regroup. And
it's like, but
back.
it's like nothing there is like a replacement part. It's like, oh, you found another piece out. Oh, we'll just makeshift it so the people just like slowly get modified.
Yeah.
So it's like obviously he's gonna go and get a fucking different arm that's gonna be crazier probably. He's gonna come back and fucking kill you. Why don't you just fuck him up right there?
Is that foreshadowing, Bobby?
I don't know, maybe.
Okay, so then she's talking to Chris, whatever again, Dr. Cyborg. And this is Dr. Whatever. And this is when he finally tells her, where the body comes from. It's her dying daughter, from his dead daughter. And then he starts telling the story, and we get a flashback of how it was one of his patients that he fixed. He was crazed. He came back to get drugs. He was super strong.
Why would you do drugs if he's a cyborg? He doesn't feel anything. Why would you need? I need to kill the pain.
Yeah, couldn't you just turn a switch and turn off his nerves, his feeling? Like, okay, I don't want to be like. I don't know.
He needed to take
how can a robot be addicted to drugs? It's a robot and a face.
What kind of drugs? You need like a pill of motor oil or something?
Yeah, right? Like, oh, it makes my hydraulics feel so good. Oh, yeah.
Shoots some oil into his fucking gear.
Hey, that's synthetic. Give me that shit.
Put this additive in there real quick.
So then what happened was he came in like a fit of rage, smashing shit up, looking for pills, and his daughter is standing by the door in a wheelchair.
It's Stormtrooper Man.
Bro, he explains it that he's like, I made him with insane strength and like all this shit. It's like I built him all crazy.
Didn't you do like a psychoanalysis before you did that?
Why would you try to challenge him? You just said that you built him with an insane amount of power and all this shit to destroy anything, basically. Hey. What are you doing here? Get out of here! He's gonna kill you, you fucking idiot!
You had no line of defense or anything like that.
You build these robots. Don't you think you have a fucking thing to destroy them? Like if they come in, or they go crazy.
And even if it's like
a fire extinguisher, but for fucking cyborgs.
I know.
It's like, oh shit! It just wanted to say it's crazy in my doctor's office. I'm gonna fucking zap. You're done. You're fried.
You wouldn't think of a failsafe?
You built a fucking superhuman. Like, what's wrong? You don't have anything to shut those things down, you fucking idiot.
So the fucking giant toaster is fucking just freaking out, and on his way out, he fucking backhands the daughter in the wheelchair, and then she dies instantly.
He backhands her to death.
Yeah, he bitch slaps her. And then this is when we find out that
He's like, she couldn't get out of the way fast enough.
He's like, she's in a fucking
wheelchair. Fucking wheelchair, she was about to die.
I mean, I can't blame, didn't you take the hint? You go down there, see a raging half robot. Why don't you just go upstairs? Like, you're sitting there.
Why would you walk out? You see her smashing. Why is your daughter who's paralyzed following you around in her wheelchair?
Maybe if you spent less time giving the psychopath a fucking super strong arm and spent more time in getting your daughter a functioning body.
Why did you give her the body before you did that?
Maybe that wouldn't have happened.
Guess what? Stop what you're doing and fucking fix your daughter. Why would you fix everyone else first, you fucking piece of shit?
They fixed Hugo in 2 seconds. He was dead. They gave him a new body. His daughter is
still alive. Still alive, and he couldn't put a body on it.
What the fuck?
He was human to robot in less than a lunch break.
Yeah, Doug. It was like 10 minutes. By
the end of the day, they literally went out that morning. He died. Came back. He was already a fucking robot fighting shit, like doing crazy shit. His daughter was alive the whole. Why would you be doing what the fuck? When did you finish the suit?
Dude, it was ridiculous.
You had the suit the whole time, but
yeah. When did he finish it? Yeah. So before that, that was the cliche. I just finished it. We're gonna do it tomorrow morning, and then that night he comes in getting drugs. She gets backhanded.
What if she's like, Dad? Can't I just have wheels for legs so I can get around easier until you finish the perfect body? No, you're gonna get this one, and you're gonna stay in the wheelchair until I finish your body.
Can I just get robot legs for right now?
Hey,
let me help out the psychopath really fast by giving him superhuman strength.
But I can't just get legs. No. Oh yeah. By the way, you're on security duty with me tomorrow night at the doctor's office in case anything happens. But then I'm paralyzed. You gotta work for your keeper out here.
Hey, you think this body's gonna be for free? Are you gonna work out for hours, fluent security?
You gotta pay me out for that shit. You're working security in the office tonight. When a fucking cyborg comes, guess what? You better not let him leave. You better stop him.
Let me install a gun in your wheelchair real fast.
Alita, call it blue. Cover the door.
He's trying to escape. Cover the door. You better get your wheel your ass over there. The fuck? He's stealing all the drugs.
You put jet.
You have a jet powered pickaxe. But your daughter still can't walk.
At least put jetpacks on the wheelchair.
Just put jetpacks on your daughter.
Oh my god.
Attach it to her
Why
feet.
haven't you done this yet?
Oh my god.
You're a terrible
You
father.
built a
Terrible person.
fucking a whole human from a head in like a day. But your daughter's been chilling, paralyzed this whole time. Why is that your first fucking priority?
Dude, this
Bang that out. Guess what? Help people afterwards.
For
Why didn't you
real.
help your daughter first, you asshole?
So the moral of the movie: priorities matter.
Yeah. Even if anything, he could have built a shitty body for her that
I
still
know.
moves. Like, all right, I'm building an advanced one.
Anything's
Here,
better
I'll
than a
slap one
wheelchair.
together for you real quick. And then from some scrap parts, you can walk around. And then when I'm done this one, I'll swap you over to the fucking awesome one. No, you let your daughter fucking stay in a wheelchair and be on security duty.
He's
Fucking asshole.
So yeah, so them two are still talking, and this is when we find out because he's like, "Okay, your equipment is actually 300-year-old Mars technology."
Yeah.
And it's like this stuff is so advanced we don't even know. And it's just like, dude,
No
it's
one knows
300
anything
years old.
No one knows anything about it yet?
This was the best technology 300 years ago. It's been 300 years. Can it
And
really
they're
still be the
floating
best?
cities in those 300 years.
Like, I just can't believe that.
300 years ago is when they shot down all the floating cities,
Except that one.
except one. So, in that 300 years that they've done all this shit, you don't know how to work a fucking little generator that they made 300 years ago?
Yeah.
I think it's because the Mars people won, because they live in those floating cities,
Those are my-
and they kept the technology from the regular people.
maybe,
Yeah.
maybe not.
So, and then apparently, like, the crazy robot that she let go.
Was that anything weird when she's like, so you're saying I'm 300 years old? And he's like, yes, you are, something. He just, like,
Yeah.
says it all weird. He's like, yeah,
did
you
say
are
it.
300. It's like,
Yes, you.
how many
were.
times you gotta
Exactly.
fucking confirm that you're 300
Yeah.
years old? Like,
The next scene's like
4 times it's like they said it.
So then the monster that she let go, we figure out is getting fixed by the doctor's
The
ex-wife.
Yeah.
She works for the bad guy,
Vector.
Vector. And this is when we cut back to Alita, and she's just in her room looking in the mirror, and then she just starts doing like karate stances. She just starts like
Her name
fucking
is Cheerin.
cheering.
Yeah, that's the lady.
Yeah, and I just thought it was funny when Alita started doing these karate moves. Like, we already know you could whoop ass. Why are you sitting here doing
And then
fucking
she's like
karate moves?
practicing like she didn't know how to do it before. It's like, you just killed 6 people. You just smashed someone's face into the ground, ripped someone else's head off, and one kick, you chop some massive dude's arm off. Like, I'm pretty sure you got the face.
You murdered.
Yeah, you
people,
murdered like 5 people. I'm pretty
You
sure you got
saved
the
your
basics.
dad or whatever. So,
The fuck?
so then, okay, I wrote down. Maybe you guys can help me. And all I have is because I think this is when I started to get confused. I just have the robots are talking, and then I don't know what's going on. Then something happens, and then the dude gets possessed, and he's 2 guys.
Oh yeah.
So
Nova
can take
over.
control.
He's the watcher behind the eyes, is what they kept
Which you
saying.
soon find out is actually Edward Norton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
He's up in the fucking city, and he controls people. He's they call him the watcher behind the eyes, so he can basically like take over certain people's bodies,
Like a surrogate.
and yeah, like it's the body, and then the eyes turn blue, and it's him taking it, like the taking control, talking. It's all him,
Yeah.
and then he can just leave, and they come back like, what the fuck? What just happened? Like, so
That's the main bad guy.
yeah,
Yeah,
they take this whatever the fuck, this massive
They're fixing him
dude.
up.
They
that
pull
massive-
his core out, his head, and whatever, and his body's there, and he's hanging there like agonizing. And he switches over, and he's like, "Fix him, do this, do that, have him bring back the girl." Like,
Yeah,
Alita.
pretty much giving them orders through
Yeah.
the big guy.
is to get the chick.
Then right after he possesses him, he possesses Vector. Like right after that, like 2 seconds later.
That's what I was confused
why
with. I
did you-
didn't
why
get
didn't you
who was
just-
possessed. I don't know.
He
I
can
didn't know
just
why
why
didn't
jump
you just
back
get
and
to the
forth.
point? Why didn't you get to the point in one body? Why do you have to switch bodies?
I don't know. He jumps back and forth. I don't know. It's like theatrics probably. But the only way you could tell is when their eyes are like fucking.
I'm gonna talk over here. I'm gonna
blues
go
and
away
shit.
from this body, and then I'm gonna come up in this body and continue
Stupid.
talking. It's like, what was the point of that?
So then it cuts back to Alita, and she's talking to Dr. Cyborg, and she's saying how she wants to be a hunter warrior. But he's like, furious, like, no, you can't, it's so dangerous, so dangerous. But like, he forgot that she just saved his ass and whooped the shit out of people he could not even think
From
of.
3 other
whooping.
hunter warriors that would have killed him, and like, we're gonna kill him, and
Yeah.
she killed them all, and he just like laid there, and it's like, don't, it's dangerous. I do it though, and you suck, obviously, and she's 1,000 times
I
better than
know.
you, and your fucking jet-powered pickaxe sucks.
The worst weapon in the fucking
So
world. You're
dumb.
an idiot.
He didn't kill not one person with that thing.
Bro, it's the stupidest
He
weapon.
did hit people with it hard as fuck, and they still didn't die, and he
So
just kept
impractical.
beating his ass.
Okay, so then she goes to Motorball with the loser, except this time he's got a fucking bandana on. And I still don't get the rules because they didn't even score anything.
There's no
at the end, because at the end of this one they just did like a jump and then fireworks went off and then that was the end. No one even like shot a ball.
People got killed.
I think that wasn't the end. I think they were just like, all right, fuck this, let's go and check out the back, and then they went and checked out the back.
And then for somehow this kid looking like he does and being such a fucking loser, he's like, yeah, I know everybody, man. I know the pit crew. I know all these fucking
engineers,
motherfuckers.
all these people.
And then murder is apparently legal in this game. And then the funny, because even the announcer, after the guy gets killed, he's like, is that weapon even legal? Because it's when like his fucking fingers extend and it basically shoots spears through the fucking person's chest and he kills him.
Yeah. He's like, I don't even know if that was legal. He's like, who cares?
So then he's like chilling with this chick, like with Alita, and then all of a sudden his fucking homies come up and they're like, yo, we gotta slide.
We gotta go.
We gotta do our thing. And then he's like, yo, I'm sorry, I gotta leave. You know how to get out of here, right? And then she's like, yeah. And then he uses her memory as an excuse. Like, yeah, you want to go hang out tomorrow? I think this thing will really jog your memory because he's trying to fucking smash.
Trying to get that cyber push.
Trying to get that puss power.
Yeah, and so apparently what this fucking kid and his loser ass friends do is they're like a fucking crew of people who captures cyborgs and then like
cut their limbs off.
They're fucking pieces. They're
parts jackers.
But they're like butchers.
They literally go up and like tackle a fucking cyborg and just literally hacksaw his fucking arms and legs off while and they
that is
leave
literally
him there.
equivalent running up to like a vet who's got like no fucking limbs and literally stealing his prosthetics.
Well, that's like the classic shit
It's
where
like
you
cutting
pass
up, walking
out.
up and cutting Evan's arm off and selling it to somebody.
You pass out and you wake up in a bathtub of ice with no kidney.
Oh my
That's
God.
Like that's like literally that, and then you leave them bodiless.
I hate it when
or
that
limbless,
arms.
yeah.
It's like what the fuck these kids are.
And then like we just steal parts.
and we're
Like,
playing
not
to
that
like
bad.
this guy. We're rooting for this guy.
He's like the heartthrob in this movie. It's like
what the
what?
fuck?
He's a
an
piece of
ass- yeah.
shit. They're literally just capturing people and taking a saw and cutting their fucking arms off.
And then so this is when we find out that they work for Nova or Vector, the guy who takes over. So then Hugo goes up, he talks to him, he gets the money for the job, and then immediately his homie
He goes, I'm gonna go split this up or whatever with like the guys, right? That's what he says. He's like, I'm gonna go divvy it up or some shit. And then what happens, Evan?
and then the homie, literally, it cuts, and then the homie just goes, yo, where's my cut? Where's my cut? Literally, his fucking 1 second, he just walked over
spins
there.
Calm
around.
the fuck
He spins
down.
around. He gets the
He
money.
turns around.
He goes, all right, I'm gonna go cut this up. Turns literally 180 degrees. His friend's already standing in his face. Yo, where's my cut?
As if he's like gypped them before.
The body
The guy
is
put
still
two-
right down there on the
guy
floor.
gave him 2 stacks of fucking coins. They're all wrapped up, cool and shit. He
Like
put one and
pies.
then put another one. He's like, yeah, here. He's like, I'm gonna go divvy it up. Where's my money?
Bro, it was
Fuck, bro.
insane. Like, the job's not even done. So then, the dude brings Alita to, like, this old, like, crashed ship from the war the next day.
Out in the Badlands.
Out in the Badlands, like, in this fucking water shit. And she goes underwater because she can do that. And then she just knows exactly what she's doing. She's pressing buttons. She's fucking, like, she's chilling. She's having a great old time. And then she walks out with, like, a fresh-ass suit. But what I don't get
like
is
a
that...
fucking portal thing that's been there for how many?
That's what they were saying. It's been there for 300
years.
No one's went in there just because it was underwater.
No one's
They don't have school. You have fucking cyborg people. You don't have something where you can breathe underwater.
Everybody's a cyborg and you're a face. I'm pretty sure your face doesn't need oxygen. You're all metal. That one girl was literally
Like,
just
what?
4 pieces of metal.
Bro, like,
Despite their
people
fucking-
would have been gone in there.
What
There's
the fuck?
scuba gear.
It's fucking
25.
some fucking crazy number. You have a floating city and fucking all types of jet-powered pickaxes and shit, but nobody's gone 10 feet underwater before?
It
Doesn't make sense. And then she literally just like, there's enough battery power. It's been there for 300 years. It just immediately turns back on.
Yeah.
She's like, beep, 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 opens
Everything's
it up.
perfect.
It's like a fucking purple sphere, like orb fucking
Yeah.
thing. And then she just hits some fucking weird like symbols, opens up, and it's a fucking suit specifically made for her. They put how how did that even happen? How did no like that face? It was literally just a head in a junkyard. How was there a suit waiting for that head? 300 and something years later, after a guy built it, and then she happened to meet a kid who brought her to this fucking thing. Like, it doesn't make sense. There's no story to this fucking movie. It's just a bunch of fight scenes. That's all it is.
So-
There's weird segues to fight scenes.
So yeah, so she walks up with a new suit and she shows her homies and then she goes back to show Dr. fucking Cyborg. And I thought this was just so funny when he starts talking those the words he uses. And he just won't do it because this fucking armored suit is just so insane that he doesn't want her with that much power. Yeah. So he's like, this is an berserker.
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 You're a berserker. You're a berserker.
How could you say that with a straight face like that?
Berserker. They're like, what is the fuck? Like, such a stupid name, first of all.
Yeah.
And
Even better
is
marketing
what?
team, whoever fucking made that name.
Is what was
ERM
it?
is like United
Mars.
Registered Mars stuff. I don't know.
Republic of Mars.
Oh,
Yeah.
ERM.
So then the next thing is it's her and the fucking loser Hugo. She goes to register as a hunter warrior, and I guess it's straight now because she has a leather duster jacket on. So I guess.
But you know what's funny?
Where did she
when
get
that
that?
guy, when he first walked in after she killed those first 2 fucking hunter warriors, and then he brought their heads to the thing and drop it in a little deposit box and gets paid. They had to go in. He did a crazy security thing where he just like beep, card this, walks in. All the little fucking sentries or whatever that have the things that walk around that were in the hallway, they all just like kind of shut down so he doesn't shoot him. She walks in there, no badge. How'd she get through the front door, first of all, the first time?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
She walks out, I want to be a hunter warrior. None of the things shoot her. They don't do shit. How did the door open? It was some crazy door. She just walked in, I want to be a hunter warrior. Then they give it to her. Next time she goes in, and they're going to shoot her, but then she gets all the way up to the front and nothing shoots her. Like,
Even
nice
so,
security system.
She has a leather jacket on.
If you
They're
have to
dusty.
register as to be a hunter, is there
How'd
some
you
sort
get
of
in?
orientation you
No,
need to
you just
take?
sign
Is there an
a paper.
office that you go before then? Because you can't
It's
just
literally
walk
a
into a room with a
5-minute
machine gun.
process to have
Walk
a
in.
certificate to
I want to be a
kill.
hunter warrior. Here you go. Have fun. Hope you
I'm a
don't
hunter
die.
warrior now.
Yeah. Or they didn't show. They just did that. and
Everybody might as well just be hunter warriors.
That's what I was going to say. Then
Why
you can just
not?
fight people and murder legally.
It's like, oh shit, I'm gonna kill this person and say it was you.
Yeah,
you got,
even
you got a bounty on your head. Now I'm gonna kill you.
It was
and
that
just get paid
easy.
for it.
Even if you're just walking around, he's like, "Hey, that guy's worth $500. Boom, murk him real quick."
There's like
I just
literally,
made $500.
there's literally little like kiosks on the side of the road in like dark alleys and shit. You walk up and you can just scan your card, your hunter warrior card, and it gives you a list of all the fucking criminals that are around you in the city.
kiosk.
Some are like, oh, captured.
What is the
wanted,
prison system
wanted.
like?
Hey,
Oh, they're
there
all
is none.
dead.
You just kill
Oh, yeah,
everybody.
they're all dead.
You just kill everybody. So it just goes, oh, this guy's wanted still, bounty open. Oh, he's around here. Walk over, you see that guy, fucking kill him, shove his head in this little fucking deposit box in this fucking thing. He goes, beep, here you go. And why did that machine have to have a face that came out? Why can't it just be a speaker telling you something?
So then, immediately after she gets this, they go celebrate at this like bounty hunter bar, and of course it's like a cliche as ever. They walk in and there's people fighting already, and this one guy, it's going around like they're doing like where they're this one dude's like telling her, introducing her to everybody, basically saying how many kills they have, and this one guy's like a fucking old Texan and he has metal
that's
dogs.
a pretty boy.
Cyborg dogs. Yeah, pretty boy. He's
Pretty
fucking
Boy
face
Floyd.
man. Yeah, and then
He's got no dick.
That guy's got a nice, the Texan dude has a nice chin.
I didn't see it was a chin
It's literally
cyborg.
just all metal chin.
It's like a chin
it
strap
stops
up.
like right here, it's like, it's all funny.
So then I just don't get it. What happens next is that she just like does this whole speech saying how everyone should stand up and go against like the guy that she fought and let go, like the big crazy cyborg man. And like I don't remember, but why would everyone do this?
Why would she assume that she would actually gain followers by doing this?
You've been around for 2 days. And like
literally existed.
yeah, and like now you want all these people to just fucking help and back you up for you and fucking Dr. Cyborg? And then of course the fucking pretty boy fucking cyborg man, he laughs and he attempts to try to murder her. And then she whoops his ass and then she just whoops everybody's ass. Cause then she's like,
she goes, all right, now I'm saying this, and I'll fight everybody in this fucking place, and everybody that I beat, you have to fucking back me up.
classic move, yeah. So
Classic
you whoop
move,
your
like
ass-
it's just, that's what happens. You get your ass beaten, you have to be like do whatever that person says. Like now,
So then, dude, there's a huge brawl going on. And it's fucking insane.
people are dying. Like people,
Dude, people are dying.
killing each other.
They're destroying
Fucking
this bar.
destroying this
Feel
whole.
bad for the business owner.
before that guy, fucking what's his name? I just saw his name. Fucking pretty boy.
What's his name? Yeah, he was like in the new
He
Transporter.
fucking did some
He's in
shit.
Deadpool.
Zapan.
Oh yeah.
Zapan. So Ed Screen. Yeah, he threw some dude into the table or whatever, and then the bartender's like, hey, watch the furniture. He's like, hey, watch the furniture. So then he watched the furniture, he goes, oh man, my bad, sorry, it's a bunch of bounty hunters fucking beating each other up. And then this brawl starts, and they proceed to destroy the entire fucking place.
So
Smash everything in the fucking whole place. People are dying everywhere. And fucking Dr. fucking Cyborg comes in.
Hold on. So Dr. Cyborg fucking runs in
with his fucking pickaxe.
by fucking jetpacks. And he yells,
Screams.
He goes, everybody stop or no more free repairs. And like,
And the entire place just dead stop.
it was like a record screech. Everyone just stops and looks like, are you fucking kidding me?
Because that's the magic word.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, I'm gonna stop murdering this dude because I won't get free repair from the Dr. Cyborg dude.
Bro, like, it's just so fucking lame. Like, this is the
Even the
movie we're
bartender's
watching.
still standing behind the bar after all this shit. He didn't say shit. And then Doctor just looks over and goes, sorry. Like, what?
So then like the bad guy comes back in. Now he's like fucking twice as giant. He comes in and everyone's like tripping.
Blows the fucking whole front of the place off when he walks in.
And then he murders a guy. And then the dog that Alita pet.
That's when he releases the chain fingers that we just found out. Because they stole it from the fucking dude who wins the game.
Oh, they stole it from him?
Remember the guy wins motorball?
Oh, they just made another one.
No, remember Hugo and his friends fucking captured that dude and fucking cut his arm off.
Oh, fuck.
And they bring it to fucking Vector and they put it on this new guy and they made a new version of it. Like, they used that.
They made it bigger and more proportionate to his body.
But so this guy fucking wins motorball. And he's the champ. He's like almost the champ, and he's fucking great, and he wins, and he has all these bitches, and he comes out of a bar because he made all his money, and he fucking won motorball that day. He just killed our dude with these cool fingers that shoot out. He's like, I want that. You should get it. And they're like, all right, cool.
Then literally, that man's fate was decided right then and there.
That guy just won the game. Is fucking a star. The next day, he leaves the bar that night, and then Hugo.
And he's dead.
This is when you find out Hugo is a fucking parts jacker, with him and his homies. So they capture him. He's fighting them off, and he's doing work for a little bit, then they finally get him under control, and they bring him in the fucking a van, and they just start going with a fucking saw and just cutting his arm off that shoots the fucking things. And that's when you find out, and then they takes his fucking mask off, and you find out it's fucking Hugo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he takes it off, him and his friend.
So then, okay, so...
That's when, because Vector walks up, he's like, that's when I was like, yeah.
Hold on, we're skipping a part. Because they're still in there, and then, like, Alita has a little dog walking with him, and then the dog walks up and starts barking at the gigantic fucking cyborg man. And then... Off camera, the cyborg man kills the fucking dog.
He shoots a finger at...
We don't know what happened. Off camera, it just fucking dies. And then there's blood that just starts going on the floor.
This is so weird.
And then Alita she goes on the floor, she rubs her fingers in the blood, and then just wipes it like lines under her eyes like a fucking football player.
Like a real hunter warrior.
Like, what?
She's like,
that's your dead dog!
And then what did she say?
It's dead dog
blood! It's not hers. It's a random stray dog that chose with the texting guy with the robot dogs.
Like, what the fuck?
And then she goes... What did she say? Something about I do not like stand in the presence of evil or some shit like that, and then
stand by in the presence of evil.
And then she runs up.
Do something about it.
Then did she start fighting him one on one?
Yeah, then they start fighting.
Or did everybody try to start fighting?
No, she starts fighting him right now.
Yeah, he throws his fingers at her.
Yeah, and they do a bunch of finger throws this whole fucking time.
He's just nonstop.
And then,
like apparently they could like 10 come out of 5 fingers, because he's literally like it's like. He has 5 fingers. How are they all fucking... How's it flying like 17 fucking things?
And then it's so lame because he starts like throwing his fucking fingers into the floor, breaks the wood, and he goes, "Come into my world," and then jumps down the hole.
Like there's just a wood floor covering you in the whole underworld. How does that even happen?
How do you know that was there?
Is it there's buildings floating over the underworld and then you just break through a wooden floor and you're in the underworld?
How long were they setting up this ambush? Did they know that?
Did they build a tunnel there and like right there in the middle of that floor and they're like, all right, we'll dig a hole right there. So
it was like a perfect tunnel. You just see like a perfect.
I'll know from 6 months from now. This guy's gonna build a cyborg female and she's gonna be a bounty hunter and she's walk in this bar and start fighting people. So that's why I'm gonna attack her. Like, after I fight her, like how the fuck?
So then after this crazy insane fight, she ends up getting cut up decent. And then the fucking Texan and his dogs come down, and he sicks his fucking dogs on him, and then he looks at her and he goes, "He wasn't a dog lover. I hate that."
Why was that necessary?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Because he killed the dog.
No, I fucking know, but why the fuck would you... Oh my...
Why would you even say, like...
Bro, I want to fight somebody.
It's lines like that. It's lines like that. It's like, what kind of movie are you trying to make here, dude?
So
I don't understand. It makes zero sense.
He calls his dogs back.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, come back, like, because, give up. Don't fucking go in there and chase him.
And then the next scene is like, so now we're
when fucking Alita was battling with one arm and nothing else and a torso, and she jabbed her fucking... That's why the guy ran away.
Yeah, she punched his eye.
So she gets cut up because she dives through and she's spinning with the fucking the finger blade chains. Yeah. And she
gets sliced clean.
Yeah. She's making
there's no sharp, like, clean blade like that on those fingers, so I don't understand the cut.
The chain apparently is just insanely sharp just because it's a chain. I don't know. She's flying straight at the hand, which basically when the things are twisting, there's no exit at the end of it. Like, you'd have to cut out, like, she'd have to fly through in between the chains on the way out. There's no, like, she's going straight, she's going to go straight to his hand. So she's twisting and twisting, and all of a sudden she just comes out, and all of a sudden just splits apart in, like, 8 pieces. Arms, everything but her one arm.
She got Anakin Skywalker.
It's torso, it's torso, head, and
legs.
One arm.
And one arm.
No legs.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
No legs.
It's upper torso.
It's literally just from the waist
she got her
up.
belly cut off, but her tits up. It's fine.
Yeah, tits up, to arm and head.
And she gets like one last stick straight to his eye, and then his
she's like
arm
fucking
gets
crawling
stuck.
around, barely
And she
can
rips
move.
her arm off.
Yeah.
So she sticks her
She
eye in there.
fucking bounces up off her one arm and springs herself in the air, fucking jabs him in the eye with
Like
her
slam dunk into there.
slam dunks her fucking fist into his eye.
Elbow
and
deep.
It's wrist deep.
Was it wrist
Yeah,
deep
it's
or
just
elbow
wrist
deep?
deep. Yeah, it's just her hand.
Oh.
So fucking punches her hand right into his fucking eye, breaks her arm off, and it's just her hand stuck in his face. And doctor brings her back, whatever. She's obviously gonna die. And
She changes into the real body, like the
because the other
crazy
body, man, we never said that he's like, I will never change into that, because he explains it. He's like, this is a berserker thing, and,
We did
and
say
it's
that,
the most
yeah.
deadly. No, we didn't go into like what the berserker was, but yeah, he just go, yeah, all right, cool, no problem. I told you I'll never do this, but yeah, your body gets cut up, so now I'm just gonna put you right back into that body.
So then, she's walking now, and she meets up with Hugo again, and then she starts telling him like how much more powerful she is and all this stuff, and like how badass he is, and he's like, he goes to her, which is the weirdest thing. He's like, yeah, you can rip my arm off and beat me with the wet end.
I know.
Who the fuck wrote that?
And you heard people in the theater were laughing.
What?
I didn't understand that.
Why?
But hold on, even backpedal just a little bit. When he put her in the new body, before he was so defensive, but he was immediately okay with it
Well,
now.
they didn't have another body, so that's the only.
But now he was kind of like, oh, now you get this body. What can you
Yeah,
do?
he's
Like he was
You just might as well
ecstatic.
jump on the bandwagon now. That's
Yeah,
how-
exactly. But yeah,
So then-
doesn't make any sense.
So then she starts telling Hugo, she's like, yeah, I got more sensitivity and everywhere. You wanna try it? Touch me. And he starts like grabbing her
And
then-
touching her hands.
touching
and,
her
like,
hands. Like I'm just
rubbing
imagining
on her.
him just touching like a cold pieces of metal.
Right.
And it's
Yeah, it's like, you feel that? Yeah, you like
Because
that?
it's like
It's like this. It's like, you like that?
Because like half of the part is I like to touch girls on their skin because it feels good for them, but it also just feels nice for you. If I'm
Yeah.
rubbing on a fucking soda machine, I'm not gonna get
It's
a
like this,
boner.
and you're just, like,
Yeah.
rubbing on it, like,
Like, what the fuck?
oh, look at
Depends the
that.
kind of soda machine.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
that
like,
feels good.
oh my god, that nice metal feel just makes me
you
so
feel the
hot.
threads on that? You feel the threads on that bad boy?
All of that weld.
So then he's
God.
like, yeah, can you feel this? She's like, yeah, and then he's like, then he just starts making
Then he
out
takes
with
his
her.
dick and he puts it in her mouth.
He's like, can you feel that?
Can
He's
you
like,
feel that? She's like, yeah.
And she starts brushing her teeth.
With his penis.
I hate you. So he makes out with the robot, and then it cuts to homie.
Why was it raining? Like they had to go outside in the rain just
Because
to
it
make
was
out.
dramatic.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna pack that up.
I thought he was too.
I forgot.
I'm down. So then it cuts, and then fucking
Deuce?
Hugo is sleeping on his bed.
Deuce.
Yo, so Hugo is straight passed out, and Alita is perched up on a windowsill like Spider-Man,
Fucking God.
just staring
Like
at
a
him until he
bird,
wakes up.
Yeah, she's like Spider-Man in just landed in his window, and he wakes up and just looks over, and she's like,
She had no plan of waking up. It looked like he just arose.
Stalker.
And then this is when she gets really. This is the
she
beginning.
says
of,
something weird. I forgot
Bro,
what she
so this is
said.
what so this is what happened. So she goes and then she starts talking to him. He wakes up and she's like, it's your dream to go to fucking Zoltan. And like all this, she's like, okay,
Oh my
how much
God.
more do you need to get there? 90K? Oh my God, I can do a couple bounties and then we'll do this. Oh, I want to get you to Zoltan.
Here, take my heart.
Literally, she opens up her chest, hands
Says,
her
"I'll
heart.
give you my heart."
It's fucking beating and it's got like fucking wires connected to it. And he's just
yeah.
looking with fucking disgust. And it's like, this chick is a fucking psycho.
She's like, take it.
like,
You can-
take it.
This is state of the art fucking thing that was built 300 years ago. Sell it because you sell body parts. So just
you know
sell
this
it.
kid for 3 days.
And she's like, yeah, just sell it and we'll just buy a cheap replacement. We'll put it back in and we both can
She
go up
says
to
we
Zoltan.
both can go. You'll have no heart.
She's like, yeah, well, she's like, we'll buy a cheap replacement for it.
Oh.
She's
So
like,
hold
yeah,
on.
she
So
says a cheap replacement,
she already
give up
knows
her.
at this point that he sells body parts.
He says,
Yes.
he's like, oh, I buy and sell robot, like cyborg parts.
it's not
That's to Vector.
stealing.
Yeah.
She doesn't know that he's killing fucking,
You're not killing him.
not
You're just
killing,
stealing
just
him.
chopping him up.
But like, okay, so then she's staring at him. She literally pulls her heart out, and then she puts it back in. And she's like, "Oh,
He's
that
like,
was
no.
intense, right? That was intense."
She goes,
She's
ha,
like, yeah.
that was intense, right?
Like, literally, this is psycho talk.
It's such an awkward conversation.
She's
Bro.
like, she was demanding that he take it. She
If
was
you
getting
saw,
pissed.
if you had a girl do this shit to you,
She
like
was getting
immediate
pissed.
bail. Yeah.
She was like, no, take it. I'm trying to help you.
"I want to kill myself.
wanna-
Take
yeah.
it."
And
Take
ladies,
it.
if you have a guy doing this to you, immediate bail. Get the
yeah,
fuck out
bail
of there.
out. So
So then she decides that she's gonna go to the murder ball tryouts, and then
oh, they call him in. They call the kid in.
Hugo.
Hugo.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Vector pulls him in and gives him a little whiskey.
I really fucking hate that name.
Vector or Hugo?
both.
Hugo.
Vector calls him in, brings him into his office, and he's like, "Hey, well, we don't know what he says, but he invites him in and gives him some liquor, and they're chilling. And I guess he's basically like trying to like get him to set her up. And he's like, "Hey, Hugo saw you do all this stuff. He really thinks you're good. You should come to the motorball tryouts." and try out to be like in it and win some money. Then you can win money. We can go up to fucking Zoltan or whatever. So she's like, all right, I'm gonna go. Doctor's like, yeah, cool, no problem. But 2 days ago, she wasn't allowed out past dark.
Now she's fighting robots.
Oh, but remember when she put the new suit on?
It's like, yo, she's got tits.
It goes. This suit goes to what she perceives herself as.
Bro, I want her to slap
And then
somebody.
it literally goes from like a 14-year-old girl to like a 20-year-old girl, huge shit. She goes, oh, it looks like she's a little bit older than you.
And she's like, she's giving a look like,
because the doctor's like, fuck, like I made this young daughter thing to be weird and like have like a young girl, and it's
so
like now it's like a grown up.
Fuck a young
That's
girl?
exactly what I was about to say.
And the dad too, because the dad made
motherfuckers.
they both wanted a young girl. Then it's like, fuck, she came back as a 20-something-year-old, tall. She was way taller. She had bigger tits and ass. Oh my god, Poda
Check
just
your pants.
he just shit his pants.
Oh my god.
So yeah, she came back bigger in nanotechnology.
Bigger in more ways than one.
Bigger and yeah. She looks like she's a little bit older than you made her. Like, oh shit, the doctor's like, fuck, now she's not 12.
How old is you?
He's like, now she's not 12 anymore. Shit.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I'm not attracted to her anymore.
Nope, I don't even like her. So yeah, you want to play motorball? Fuck it, yeah. I'll build you a suit. You can go out there and just get murked real quick because I don't even give a fuck.
So then she goes to the tryout and she's calling Hugo. She's like, yo, you gonna come support me, babe? And then he's on the motorcycle. He's like, yeah, I need to make one more stop first. This is how stuff usually works. So he goes to meet up. Dude, it smells.
He really shit his pants.
So he goes and he fucking meets up with his homies mid-fucking mission, and he stops them and he uses his real name. These guys are dismembering a person
and he's
in
alive
the street.
still. He's like sitting there looking. He's like, yo, Trevor. Yo, get over here, Trevor.
He's like, well,
I quit.
Use my government name, what?
He's like, Trevor's like, you're gonna say my real name? Takes his mask off. He's like, what? He's like, I'm tired of cutting people up and stealing all their fucking body. The guy's like laying there. The guy's laying there. He's looking up. He's like, hey guys, can we either just like finish this up?
He's just getting unreasonably emotional right now.
And like, what evidence? Why does he need to stop off Ricky?
Why?
He just met Cyborg Woman.
And why is he reacting in like such an
the guy's
extreme
like, man,
way?
You. It's all because that hard body bitch.
Hard body. Yeah,
hard body.
Fighting.
That's what they call him because they're called full-bodied cyborgs are hard body. So he's like, man, a hard body bitch getting up in your head. And he's like, man, fuck you. And they start fighting. And then that's what's his name.
This is on Pretty Boy
Zoltan, whatever the fuck.
Pretty Boy Cyborg.
Zapan.
Comes around.
Yeah,
but even before that,
because he said it, he's like, I'm not gonna kill her. I'm gonna kill. He's like, I'm gonna do a little better than that. Remember he asked that guy asked him in the alley. He's like, are you gonna kill her?
So he was gonna go after Hugo.
He's like, nah, I'm gonna go after someone else to make her come to me, basically.
But even that
doesn't make sense.
So that whole interaction was Hugo basically interrupting his friend's job to say that he quit.
To quit.
Yes, exactly. Like, what the fuck?
It was so weird.
And then he fucking this dude comes and just murders people. He's a hunter warrior who's only allowed to kill when somebody has a bounty on their head. He goes in there and fucking kills one kid, kills the fucking cyborg dude that they were chopping up.
And all he says is, you did it. And then he just becomes accused of murder.
And then the next day, then he tries to kill him. He's trying to kill him and shit.
It doesn't make sense. How do you have that power? Okay, there's a person over here. You slice their throat. Okay, now you're wanted for murder. Okay.
Now you're a murderer.
Like if forensics came by and be like, it looks like his throat was sliced by a very sharp sword of some kind.
The bounty hunter is standing there with his sharp sword sitting there.
Known for the most sharp sword.
Look at him. He's just like,
you are the handler of the Damascus blade. And you're just standing there like, yep.
He did it.
It's a human. He's a human. Where did he get a fucking blade to slice a cyborg's throat that easily?
So he's
fucked.
So he's not even waiting for the bounty. He's just going after.
He's like, I don't give a fuck. Like he's gonna hold that head down until they put the bounty out for him. That's probably what he would have done. He would have killed him, kept his head, waited. Bounty would have came out. He would have came in, dropped the fucking head in the garbage can.
Right. So he's holding him down. He's getting ready to thrust this motherfucker, and Fro-Man comes in behind trying to save him. Yeah. And he gets fucking kicked and sliced in half.
He kills this kid instantly, but for some reason takes 30 minutes for fucking Hugo. You know what I mean? Like,
wouldn't there go a bounty on his head for not killing Fro-Man?
And the cyborg. He killed the cyborg.
You're right.
There was no bounty on Fro-Man.
There was no bounty
on Fro-Man. The bounty was supposedly on Hugo.
Yeah. So maybe it's because he interrupted.
There's three people dead, and only one guy murdered one guy.
So is now Hugo blamed for both deaths?
Well, no, because for the rules, like if you go against these guys are immune to anything. The Hunter Warrior. So if you go against the Hunter Warrior going for his bounty, death.
You stop it. You steal his bounty, death.
Like everybody.
You speak to a bounty hunter while he's on a bounty, death. And then he kills somebody. This girl.
Well, no, hold on. So then the pretty boy fucking cyborg, he grabs Hugo's fucking shoulder
Rips
and he
his
hurts
arm,
it. He's
yeah.
like ripping it. He's like crushing it. And
Bleeding everywhere.
this guy attacks him. He kills his friend. Then Hugo's running away. And then the guy's chasing him, and then at one point, Hugo fucking does like some Jackie Chan shit. He jumps on a car, jumps on a balcony, pulls himself up after his shoulder is just fucking dismembered by a cyborg man.
Yeah, Cyborg man crushed his whole shoulder, but he parkoured and climbed up to a balcony. Just
Like, I can take adrenaline only to a certain extent.
Even
Your
before
whole
that,
muscles and
You
bones
did
are
like
broken.
a chin up, a full chin up.
He
with
dove, caught the bottom of the balcony, and pulled himself up and climbed up over the balcony.
But even before that, as soon as he had his shoulder crushed, he had enough strength to grab a grenade and full chuck it straight to him.
Yeah, he had like a Molotov cocktail
he
grenade.
had grenade. Yeah, that was all the time.
So then, now it's like the start of the motorball tryouts over at Alita, and we figure out that everybody there is trying to murder her as a bounty.
Half of them
and
are
I'm
screwhead.
And I'm thinking, did she
Remember
not
when-
notice that everybody there was at the fucking bounty bar? I
He
noticed.
introduced one of
She
them
fought-
to her.
yeah.
Screwhead, the girl with the thing in her head.
Like,
he
what
goes,
the
that's Screwhead. She screws people in the fucking head.
Yeah.
And then they walk up and they're like, yo, wait,
She's
you're
there.
you're in motorball? And she's like, nah, I'm not Screwhead, even though I got a giant screw in my head. That's not me. And then they're like,
I do both.
even the
Part-time.
fucking doctor is up there, he's chilling. He's like, wait a second. He has binoculars. He's like, that guy has a bounty. The two massive dudes with saw fucking hands. He's like, that guy's a bounty on his head. That guy has a bounty on his head. And those 4 people right in front of him are bounty hunters. I know, because I'm part of the bounty hunter bar with them. I'm one of them. And so is Alita. And she met those people. It's like, nobody. And then he's like, oh, I gotta go get her. Has to run down, tries to tell her. And what does he say? He's like, oh, they're all bounty hunters and
They're
people.
all trying
He's
to
like,
get you.
it's
Yeah,
a
They're
setup.
not equipped for a
She
race.
goes,
They're
it's a
equipped for
setup.
murder.
They literally, the guy goes, winner gets whoever brings me her body. That's who. Then I'll pay you this 500,000.
But literally, okay, so
500,000 fucking ruples or whatever the fuck they. What
So, but then,
currency
okay,
it is.
so then they're off. They're at the starting line. Then, okay, the gun goes off. The guy behind her immediately tries to murder her. If he really did that, is that legal? What would happen afterwards? He smashed
Nobody
her
has the ball.
off the jump.
Yeah,
Like what?
There are no rules.
motorball ain't no motherfucking rules.
Get the ball in the hole. Go!
Die, bitch.
So then she basically just ends up murdering everybody. Of course.
yeah, she goes through because she goes, how like which ones are here for setups, and then the doctor goes, all of them.
Yeah.
She's like, shit, let's go.
Say no more,
Merc
boy.
City. Just starts fucking. She gets fucked up. She almost she gets blasted a
Yeah.
couple times. She gets almost her face scraped on the ground. Then she kills like 6 people. And then
I think then now.
and then she somehow she had a helmet on. The doctor calls her through her headset.
Yeah.
He's talking to her. He's like, oh cool, yeah, everybody's trying to kill you. Blah blah blah. Gets her helmet knocked off. 2 seconds later, bring, you hear it ring. She answers it. Starts talking to the fucking the kid. The kid's like, oh,
Yeah, how
they're
did he
trying to
answer?
kill me. He's trying to kill me. She has no helmet on, nothing.
Really?
You can just call her fucking head?
Oh my-
She has a human brain. How do you call her head and she just answers the
Maybe
phone
she had a
with
Bluetooth.
nothing?
Maybe she had a Bluetooth.
They never, there was nothing.
She had a human brain.
So how can he
Her
phone
head
call
was
her?
robot. Her head was robot. Her brain was human.
So how do you fucking call someone?
Am I right or am I
fucking-
left?
That's a good. That's
You're
that's
upside
not
down.
That's not a bad. Fucking. That's not a bad.
So
The
she had
guy
Bluetooth
called-
ears.
Yeah.
She has a
Like Batman.
Bluetooth
That's not a-
fucking.
That's like if you put like a fucking brain in like an Alexa speaker.
Yeah. So apparently they can just call her fucking her
So they
head,
call
her
her
forehead.
head and they tell her that she begins to destroy everybody. And then
And
the next thing I have
the
is
kid
when
calls, yo, he's
yeah.
trying to kill me. I'm fucked up. He's gonna murder. She's like, all right, I'll be right there. I'm gonna fucking kill the rest of these people real quick. Win. I'm gonna come there. I'm gonna save your ass. So that's
does
exactly
that.
what she
Yeah.
does.
She murked ass and she saved ass.
She dips out of the fucking stadium.
and they
through
follow her.
Then
Is
they
there no
follow-
penalty?
They're
No,
like,
the
wait a
announcer's like,
second.
oh, this is crazy. This is the craziest thing
They're like,
I've
wait
ever
a
seen. This is
second.
awesome.
This is supposed to be a full sanctioned race where everybody's racing each other. Wait, why are these guys just trying to kill this girl for no
Yeah,
reason?
right.
They followed her out of the
the
stadium.
ball
Now
has been over
the
there
ball's
for
not
30
even-
minutes.
there's 4 dead people and the rest are chasing this girl outside the stadium just to murder her. That's literally their only point. Oh, cool. Oh shit, it's getting crazy in here.
So then they finally get there and then like they're having like a final battle basically. Everyone's together and then the pretty boy cyborg man he ends up stabbing fucking Hugo.
Because he's trying to get her. He's like, he goes, oh yeah, and then right behind him is a TV screen that says wanted for murder of cyborgs and dismembering him for body.
And because she's a battle
It's been
warrior.
10 minutes. Did he even call it in?
It was right behind him on the
It
fucking
really
screen.
just happened.
It was right before the fucking race started, yeah. So then it already pops up. It's instant. He just called him. He's like, hey, this guy just killed this person right next to me.
You have any proof?
You haven't done
Nah.
anything? Nah, but
I swear.
He sliced him with a really sharp blade.
Yeah.
Where is it? I don't know, but
I'll get him with my really sharp blade.
I'll cut his head off with a really sharp blade.
Like, there's literally no proof, and he's wanted for, like, dead for $3,000.
So
Just
she
like
sees
that.
it, and she's
No
like,
jury,
you fucking
no
piece
nothing.
of shit. Yeah, just off a body being found.
Oh,
been 3 minutes.
you said that he killed him? Give me his head.
Yeah.
Cut his head off now. I mean, he cut it off like he cut off that guy's head. So she sees that, freaks out, gets pissed off at the kid, and then he's like, what are you going to do? You going to kill him, or am I going to kill him, or some shit? And then she's like, nah, I'm going to do it, because I'm a hunter warrior. I'm going to fuck him up.
Like, what?
And then
Why
she goes
would
over and
this
she's
believe her?
like, she's standing there like she's going to kill the guy, and he's like, come on, da-da-da. And then the sentries start coming in. They're going to come. If the bounty hunters don't pick him up, these things kill him and bring him in, and nobody gets paid. Mm-hmm. So, like, there's, like, the police force. So the guy's like, well, the shit's coming in hot. And they're going to come take him, so might as well kill him now. She's like, I'll help you. And just fucking stabs him in the stomach. Yeah. With his really sharp blade that was the exact same blade that killed the other guy. So he just stabs him. He's like, oh, yeah, see? He had a bounty on his head. I can kill him now. And she takes him. She runs inside, and all the sentries are like, you better bring out the body now, and this, and that, and blah, blah, blah. She runs inside, and the fucking ladies.
Yeah, so, yeah, because, like, so Alita's, like, freaking out. She's, like, so sad over the body by herself, and then all of a sudden, the ex-wife, the crazy woman robot, she just comes in there. Yeah. She
just walks in.
How did you get there?
She sees, like, a flashback, and she's like, oh, my God. What? Walks in, and she's like, Alita's like, I wish I could give my life for his life. She goes, maybe there's a way. You can do that. But
what she implies is that Alita will die,
and she'll
give him her life. But what just happens is they give him a robot body.
And then she walks out with a jacket on, and then and then they're like, "What's? Hey, freeze! Don't move!" And she's like, "Show us this whatever." And she like pulls the jacket off over her hands, and she's cradling fucking his body. Hugo's head, and they're like, "See, look, it's that." And he's like, then fucking. Whatever Zapan.
They zap it. They give it the go ahead.
They give it the go ahead because it's like they scan her and she has the head in her hands and it's that guy. So he's like, let me see it. And he's like trying to grab it from him and he rips the thing off and she sees there's 2 hoses going from her heart to fucking his head and he's still alive technically. His brain's still alive so he can get transported.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, so they keep his brain alive so he can be transported like her.
He's got no
and then like, cyborg. 2 seconds later.
And then the guy like freaks out and he tries to grab it and all of a sudden the thing's like, the fucking little sentry robot things are like, issue 11743, whatever, blah, 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 trying to steal another bounty hunter's fucking bounty, punishable by death. And then it's like, and then just they go and they kill him, like they try to kill him.
But isn't that what everybody does is they all try to get the bounty? Yeah. How do you steal someone's bounty?
Whoever shoots it, once the person's dead, then once it's clarified dead that it's their bounty, you can't take it from them.
And she was scanned and shit. So when she was scanned, it's like, she okay, so now this bounty belongs to you.
She had the head, she presented, but then when you drop it off, he would have stole it and went and tried to drop it off.
He
and
said,
take the
"Give
bounty.
it to me." They heard it and they're like, "Oh, trying to steal."
You can't steal another bounty hunter's bounty.
So she grabs his legendary Damascus sword and literally slices his face off,
half of it, like a piece of salami.
A little thin slice, just his nose and his mouth.
Yeah,
and his
so
eyes.
you can see like the back of his jaw and like half of his tongue.
He's like, my face, my pretty boy face, because that's the only human piece of me.
You don't even have a penis.
He cut his nose off and it's metal objects behind it. Like it's literally just like the front part of his face. Like, his face is cut off and it's, like, gears behind it. Like, why would you care that much about your face? Cuts it off, then,
so then it's like, dips. Homie dies, which we think, and then it's been a few months later.
No, it's not even.
Oh, wait.
It's not even a few months.
Oh, yeah, I skipped.
He literally goes and they put him in as a body, and you see him as a cyborg body.
Oh, he's just got a head.
He's not woken up yet. Like, they're like, we got it. It was, like, successful surgery. He's connected to the cyborg body.
2 seconds.
Yeah, took a day. Not even half the day. He was killed.
Which you couldn't do for your daughter.
Yeah, you couldn't do that before, you piece of shit. Yeah, he's like, he's a cyborg. She goes out and, what did she go to do? She goes out to, like, go try to kill that guy again, I think, right?
Oh, yeah, she goes to Nova.
She goes to Nova. She tries to
kills the puppet man.
No, Vector.
No, she goes to Vector, yeah, does the whole fucking thing, does that, what the fuck happened in that scene?
She's talking to him and she's trying to summon Nova to talk to him.
He
comes out, start talking to him, and then Big Man comes out.
Oh, he stabs him or some. No, he tries to stab. She stabs him, and then
he stabs her with his finger.
Oh, from behind, yeah.
Yeah, and then she gets up, and the nanotech. Apparently, you find out she can fucking heal herself.
Yeah, the suit heals itself. Yeah.
So, all right, overpowered much, and again, he throws out his fingers. Like, this is his only move now. Like, beforehand, I wonder how he fought. Before, he just had two regular hands.
He was the champ.
But now he's got the one hand
he was
with
the
flying
champ.
spears. And, like, now that's, like, his main move and shit. And he just fucking throws it and constantly tries to throw it. And she's just slicing them off now that she stole that Damascus sword from Pretty Boy Face.
And then she turned to a lightsaber.
She can power it
Yeah,
up.
she powered it up.
Powered it up somehow. Where did that come from?
She makes it a lightsaber.
Where did her power up come from? She had this new bodysuit, and then all of a sudden she fucking... That sword was meant to be linked to her suit that she found from 300 years ago, and this was somebody else's sword. And the whole time she was telling him he's not worthy of the sword and all this shit. Somebody else should be powering it, and then it... Oh, just so happened to be perfect for you.
Yeah, so she chops off all of his fingers, does a cool little flip, and then slices him from head to fucking crotch.
Right down the middle.
Right down the middle, just like
Splits
perfectly
his face,
in half. And then she starts talking to Nova again, and then ends up killing Vector. And
she's like,
and Nova,
it was Nova talking, and she stabbed him like it
Yeah.
was gonna be Nova, but it was really Vector's body. And then he
so
goes
Nova
away.
was still in control, didn't feel any pain, so he was
Obviously.
talking normally, but the body was just dying on him.
And the body slides down. And he goes, Vector was getting tired out anyway, or some shit. But he says something.
But what I'm
slick
thinking is
through
just because you can talk through him, I mean, you're dying. Like, would your body still work completely exactly the same?
But if
it was only he wasn't dead yet, and he just said he's like Vector was getting tired.
yeah,
anyway.
like the body was failing, but he was talking as if like he was.
As soon as the body died, he can't do it.
I thought that was like probably the
shit
coolest
about
part of the film.
He literally talked shit about Vector as Vector was dying, with him talking through him.
And then what she finds out,
feet out of here.
she's wondering like, yo, where the fuck is Hugo's bitch ass? And they're like,
She came back to the house, the doctor's office house thing. Where's Hugo? Oh, he's going to fucking Zoltan land or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? Like, he just became a robot. Like, it took her a minute to even learn how to
there
walk.
was no like.
And she has the most advanced tech suit. She jumped out of bed and fell. This guy got a fucking junkyard body, and he's already climbing up the fucking...
Looks like shit.
zero time to cope with, hey,
The last
I
time
don't
you
have
saw
a
him, he
penis
was like-
anymore.
Last time you saw him, he was unconscious, just got his head attached to a
Got
robot
stabbed.
body.
And now I
died.
have this
He was
disproportionate robot body.
Did he have like parents to call to let him know that they have a cyborg son now? There was literally
Like,
nothing to
hey
get
mom,
used to.
you're the mother of a cyborg now.
Yeah.
You're a cyborg, mom.
Yeah,
Hey,
like,
guess what? Like,
there was no coping period.
he calls
like,
his mom. She's like, "Yeah, what's going on? What's going on, Hugo?"
What's
He's like, "Yo, hey, you know what? You haven't seen me in a day and a half because I died and now I'm a cyborg."
Do we have any Motorola at the house?
Yo,
Or
make
do
sure
I need
dad
to pick some up on the way
Make sure
home?
dad picks up some motor oil for me. I need some hydraulic fluid and grease for my joints. The
Oh my
fuck?
God, like,
you just dip like
he's
we're
immediately okay.
Everybody sees you die and they're like, "Oh shit, he's dead." Come back next day later.
Oh, what's up, Hugo?
What up, Hugo?
Like nothing
He's
happened.
like, "Hey, what's up, people?" Just like fucking riding up like a fucking robot.
He was just neutered in the most violent way possible.
And he was telling her, "You're the most human person ever." Now he's a fucking just a head.
And he's like, he starts crying. He's like,
And then Evan said this in the movie. He goes, "Bro, did he really have to get a full body?" He's like, he literally just got stabbed in the stomach. Why did he have to change his whole body out?
For real? What the
Because
fuck?
couldn't they just like patch him up with some cyborg technology, like and fix that little area, like give him a new
because
cyborg pancreas wherever it's stabbed?
No,
him,
because
like,
she couldn't get him out of there otherwise.
no, because after he cuts her head off and they get it scanned, you turn around and the ex-wife walks out with like a fucking bowling ball bag with like the guy's body stuffed in it, right? Like it walks out 2 seconds after
Oh,
the
they
guy.
could have used the
they could've
body.
just put it back on.
It's like,
I don't know what the body
why do
was.
you
got
got it in the bag?
stabbed.
Like she has it in like a suitcase or some
You
shit.
can put a fucking piece of face skin on a robot, but you can't like fucking
Put a piece
fix
of
it.
robot on normal skin.
Yeah, on normal skin, and just fix that. Like, all right, put his head back on. Put his fucking a little cyborg patch on the knife wound.
Yeah.
Why did you like? All right, shit. He got stabbed right here. Yo,
Whole body.
cut the whole thing off. We're going full robot, neck down robot
That's
body.
like if you got in a fender bender and the guy's like, yeah, totaled. You need
Yeah.
a new whip. You need
Your
a new
bumper's
whip.
like-
Only thing you're keeping is your steering
You
wheel.
broke your tail light, and they're like, "Yeah, we're just have to cut your car in half and put a whole new back end of the car." Like, it's literally just my tail light's broken. Nah, fuck it.
So yeah, now
You
with
were
his
all like-
with his newfound strength on this cyber body,
just walking up the-
he tries
He's
to go
got-
to Zoltan.
Yeah, his determination
There's,
has never been strong
The
strong
tubes,
before.
the
And now
tubes
he's got-
to send
He's
ship in the
climbing
tractor.
that shit.
Yeah, he's going.
Because now he's got a body to match his
His dream.
Motivation.
yeah.
His
So
dream
he's
and his
fucking.
motivation.
So he's climbing up this rope, and Alita finds out. We don't know the time period. But then all of a sudden, she's right behind him, and he's like halfway up the fucking thing. How did
The
she know
doctor's
which
like,
one he
"Oh,"
ran up?
The doctor's like, "Oh,
She
hey,
can see him.
by the way,
Did you see those buggo eyes?
Yeah.
He's like, hey, where's
See
Hugo?
everything.
He goes, where's Hugo? Oh, yeah, he left. He's already climbing up the tube up to the top. He's like, all right, cool. I'll be right there.
She's there.
She has that Irma suit.
Irma
She got an Irma berserker.
And sure, she's first as first.
So yeah, so she meets up with him. What'd you say? Oh, so she meets. So yeah, so she goes up there and she meets him. She's like, "Come back down with me. Come back down with me. We don't need to. You don't need to do this. You don't need to do this." She's convincing him, and then right when he's about to say okay, like,
Edward Norton hits this button.
yeah, the secret fucking like security measure where it's like a tube and it's like a spikes, like right, like what do you
Yeah, the
call it?
spikes kind of like they
circular spikes that fit around the tube.
Yeah, they rotate down this whatever anchor kind of line
It's like
that's
a
holding the
buzzsaw,
thing down
essentially,
in this spiral kind of way, kind of unwinding itself, and it's just going really fast. And all this, they realize at the last second, and they both try to jump over it, and to where Hugan
He gets cut up.
He
What
gets
kind
cut
of
up,
shitty
and
suit do you have?
but he gets cut up Anakin Skywalker style again.
Yeah.
Everybody gets cut up Anakin Skywalker
Oh wait,
style.
so he had just the torso.
He
and
just
arm?
had the torso and the one arm.
and she had a torso and an arm.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I didn't even notice
Yeah,
that.
was that an homage to Lucas?
Maybe. But yeah, so like, dude, I don't know. So yeah, so he's there.
Why did they literally do?
Yeah, so he's there and he's like try to jump over and gets Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, he gets Anakin Skywalker. So literally, the last scene before this was him just getting his hand attached to his body. It cuts to her doing some shit, cuts back, he's climbing up the thing, gets killed again.
Yeah.
What is the point of this 30-minute scene of literally him dying, getting made a robot, him dying immediately right after that again?
Why
and
did
then
you resurrect him?
Then she goes back down the thing and never goes back up. Never even tries. They don't even show up on fucking Zoltan or wherever the fuck it is. That was literally just for him to die twice
It was
for
pointless.
no reason.
Literally 2 scenes happened.
2 scenes of him
And
dying,
he's dead.
coming back, dying again, going to like
It's a
nothing.
2-hour and 8-minute movie? Why?
Alita just watched her boyfriend die twice in one day.
He dies, make a robot, chops him up. She has to literally let him go and his arm breaks off and he dies
It's just
again.
to, like, fake the audience.
Then just go back down and be like, alright, never going up there. The thing went by you already. Keep going, just go to the top. He's dead. The thing was gone. Fucking book it up there, go kill Nova. Something. Do something.
But no, she doesn't do that.
So yeah, so now
She goes
homie's
back
dead,
down.
he falls off.
Hold on, the transition from this part to the next part is weird. Did you guys find it?
6 months.
It's
6
weird
months
as
later.
fuck.
The 6 months later.
It was literally like, oh, boom, he falls down. He's falling and shit, like smoke through the cloud, and the smoke kind of covers his face. It looks at her, and then immediately he's like, boom, day and night, day and night, day and night, just showing the time.
yeah.
I was like, what in the fuck is going on right now? I was
Just
like,
say
oh.
6 months later, and then they even to bat it on us the head even more. The next scene is the announcer or something like, "Oh, we have the champion now, Alita, who's been going for the last 6 months."
You know,
It's like,
covering
okay.
up the story so we're up to speed.
Why did you need to do both? Like, just do one, you fucking piece of fuck.
Fucking
I think that's
piece
when
of
I
fuck.
fell asleep. I woke up.
Yeah, I might close my
froze
eyes
it.
for a little, but not too long.
Yeah.
So basically now
She's got this new badass suit.
and she's the champion. She's a motorball champion.
She's about to win her the whole. She's won every race this season or
So-
whatever, and she's about to take the championship.
and she's in her locker room.
and the
Yeah.
winner gets to go
You
up
go
to
up to
Zonde.
Zoltan.
Yeah.
So then
Zordon.
then she's in the locker room. She's looking in the mirror, and then a tear drop falls from her eye, and then
Right before she has now she has a special attachment for the sword that she stole from that guy.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Damascus sword, and now it clips where the sword goes down her whole arm. So yeah.
Okay.
Then she.
So now then a teardrop falls from her eye. Then in midair, she grabs a sword, she slices it, and she cuts the drop into 2.
And he goes.
Fucking badass.
2
What the
drops
fuck?
on the desk right there.
Why did you waste on the $200 million budget? Did you really need to fucking add this scene? Why?
Imagine the guy who had to edit this scene. It's like, okay, so I gotta think this, and then I gotta hold
You
on.
want
I
him
gotta
to
turn
do
the
what?
brightness up over here.
And then make
Man.
it look like 2 water droplets at the same time land on the
Fuck
table.
it, it's gotta slice it in 2. Do you want it to slice it in 2 or 3? What do you want? You want it to come back with it?
Equal portion sizes, like directly in half,
Yeah.
or do you want like one droplet bigger than the other? Do you want it like right down the middle?
Do you want me to
diagonal?
like? Is she gonna like shred the glass that's 2 feet in front of her? You didn't see the glass that she's looking at?
No,
It's
I
like
didn't.
2 feet in front of her.
I didn't.
So the motion of her going like this with a sword to cut the teardrop would have shattered that glass.
So
So,
she
yeah.
does that, and then it cuts like her like about to go out, And she puts her shit on. She's about to go out to the fucking thing, and then
And it's the classic ending where she's like, "All right, let's go," and she looks up to Zoltan,
and
then
the
she
sword
points,
powers up. The sword powers up, and it cuts up to
and
fucking
Edward
Nova.
Norton with his nice ass specs.
He
Oh
takes
my
his specs
God.
off, and then
Hair.
you could kind of tell it's him, but then he takes off his glasses, and it's just Edward Norton with like a fucking Texas tailgate,
Bro, I can't believe Edward
fucking
Norton.
mullet on.
Yeah, that Dale D'Antoni.
That Dale D'Antoni Texas
And they're like
two-step
setting,
tailgate.
they're like setting it up for
and
a fucking
he's
sequel.
looking down from another city into an arena to one little person standing there pointing up, and he can just see
That's like
her.
if I looked down at an ant pile and I was looking at a single ant.
And you're flying over,
don't have your
and you're
specs.
flying in a fucking
I'd pee on
airplane. So it goes to
wouldn't
that.
pee on
She
an ant?
points up,
Alright.
and then it's basically like foreshadowed to be
So it's
like
a sequel- it's
she
gonna be a
wins
sequel.
that. That's
Yeah.
that's the last little race she has to win to go up there,
To
and she's
Zoltan.
gonna go up to fucking Zoltan and murk him. And he's looking at, he's like, son of a bitch, she's about to win her final race, and he fucking come up here. Now she's gonna come up here and fucking kill me probably.
But you don't see that. It literally just zooms in on her
Cuts out.
face, and then that's it.
That's it.
That's the end.
Done.
God, thank God this
Over
movie's over.
2 hours and 2 minutes.
Of absolutely nothing.
No story really. You don't know like what the fuck happened. Like you
So
just know a
stupid.
couple things. Like it was crazy. Oh fucking.
They
know.
really don't answer anything.
There's no story. There's no plot.
Like, what made her fight? What made her end up fighting that guy was that the Dr. Cyborg was out there getting a bounty and it went awry. It didn't work.
Yeah.
So
And
then
that guy came
now
to
this guy
stop her.
wanted to kill her. And then
He had
now,
no one he knew about her before that
No one knew
night.
about her.
It's like, hey, she killed 2 people. Oh my God, we need to get rid of her. We
and
need to
now,
get. It's like,
now that they know that she exists, they just automatically everything's for her. So now this guy has to go get her. He
why didn't and the lady send the bounty and all this shit for her? But it's like, yo, it's like your ex-husband made that to like replace your daughter. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not like why he's like kill her and steal her heart now. Like everybody's just going after her for no fucking reason.
Yeah, it's like it was just so fucking. I don't know. It was so hard to watch. Oh my God. So let's go around and give our fucking our ratings.
What do you got?
Last thoughts and rating.
This movie had there was 0 point in making this movie. There was no story. The only thing about this movie was visually stimulating. At times, there was even parts where the CGI was fucking terrible,
I'm like
especially
staring
when
at her face. I'm like, fuck, this is so hard to like watch. It's like that's not real.
And
Like
then
it's
when
not a
he's-
real
when the
person, but
doctor's,
everybody
like,
else
cuddling her.
is. Yeah, and everybody
Yeah.
else is real. Like, why is her face not?
And then when Hugo got the robot body, his head was much bigger than the body. It just looked weird as fuck. He looked like Bender.
Spent $200 million on this fucking movie. It's like you spend it all on fucking trying to create these 17 worlds with all these people on it, and like everybody has to be a fucking cyborg. So you spend all this money on it. It's like, couldn't you make it look like she wasn't a fucking cartoon?
I know.
Her eyes are fucking the size of golf balls.
That
Like
didn't even play into anything.
nothing. Like why would she look
Why
like
does she
that?
look like a Powerpuff Girl?
Did everybody in the fucking like future like on that like Mars like fucking army team were they all like mutated and like their eyes are like super big and shit? Like
I feel like people who are into hentai porn would be really into
Yeah.
it.
yeah.
But bro, so what'd you rate it?
I rated it a 1.
Yeah.
What?
This movie fucking sucked.
Bro.
You
I
rated
hated
that low?
everything about it. I was passing out. The
remember
only
before in the
good thing
previews,
about
it
it
was trying to
was
light
the
you up.
CGI, and a couple fighting was good, but everything else just weighed it down that much. The dialogue, the story, lack of story, and the acting in a lot of parts was just absolutely atrocious.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to back up your 1. I thought it was fucking immediately. Like in the beginning of the movie, I knew it was gonna be like bad. Like I was like,
I
fuck.
felt bad because I was the one that recommended us
Yeah.
to
You're like,
watch
it looks
this
really
movie.
good every time we
and
saw
then
the
as soon as I
preview.
recognized that it was going to be terrible, I look over and I'm like, damn, this is going to be bad.
Dude,
Yeah,
it
but
was
every
so
preview we
bad.
saw, Poto was like, "Yo, that's gonna be good. We
Yeah,
gotta
we're gonna
see
watch
it. We
that
gotta
one."
see it." And then
You
today,
got James Cameron as a producer.
Oh,
you
yeah.
think?
And you
and then
got
today we
Christopher-
got
Dr.
fucked with
Cyborg.
like our whole shit. So we had to switch up plans and we had to like think on the spot. So we just went and randomly saw this just because we're like,
Yeah.
"Fuck, we have nothing else to do." We did it thinking it would be like somewhat decent. God,
But so what would you give it?
like a 2.5, 3.
2.5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
okay.
go that low. I was visually
I'm gonna give it a
stimulated.
I'm gonna give it a 1.5 for the visual.
I was visually stimulated, but it had no plot, no fucking anything.
I'm
Like the
sticking
girl,
with my 1. That shit
the
sucked
girl
ass.
sometimes like I'll look at her like I'm literally watching like fucking God damn, what's that movie? I can't even think of it. But I'm like thinking about like a super animated movie like that, like the
So
Polar
tiny.
Express.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like when they zoomed in
I
on
know,
their
it's
face.
like,
It was like
what?
Polar Express, like their faces, like it just was weird as shit. I'm like every person in this movie is real. Why did she have to be like super bug?
Yeah.
Even the guy with literally an entire robot body and his face was still a human face and it looked normal and it was an actual person that you know who it was. Everybody was like that. The lady had fucking blades for legs and arms, and her face was still a human face. Why is this girl fucking eyes like super bug-eyed and had to be? That's the only CGI besides like the robots. Like, didn't make sense. No story really behind it. They didn't like go into detail about anything. It just
sucked.
It was just like trying to like it was like action like, oh fight, all this crazy shit just to keep you entertained for 2 hours. Like somewhat of a plot. Fuck that.
All right, yo. So that was another episode of Nice Movie.
Nice movie.
God. But all right, man. Talk a little shit. Whatever the fuck you can't fight.
None of you can. Shit. No one in this room can fight except for me.
Except for me though.
Yeah, good joke, Bill.
All right, you guys. You faggots know what to do. Let us know what the deal is.
Fuck you guys.
You're soft. All right.
Can't fight.
Peace.
You're the bitch.